welcome to this week's episode of Brews and Crews. I am your host, Chris Jacobson, and today I have one of my good buddies here. He's actually my wedding party, so one of, 9? Zach Loesel, the Laser, is joining me tonight, and we are going to have ourselves a fun conversation with some beautiful beer. So, Zach, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Chris. We've been waiting quite a while.
We have been waiting quite a while. So you brought a beer, and you and me are both into IPAs pretty heavily, I would say. I mean, whenever I call you, you're like, let's go get some IPAs, or I got something you got to try. I'm like, perfect. And today you brought Cosmic Lounge, which I've never had on the podcast yet. And it's from Bent Paddle, and I absolutely love it because I've had it before on tap, and I absolutely love this beer. So I'm thankful that you brought this because this is a really good hazy, and we've had a lot of hazy IPAs on here. So let's crack one first. Grab a beer. And I always like to crack it by the microphone so everyone
I found it at Midtown, and I'm like, yeah, let's buy that one.
I thought you went to the wine house.
I said I was going to go there, and then I went to Midtown. And so I was like, let's just drive across the bridge because I don't want to go 8 miles out of my way. And it's like Chris is ready to go. So it's like, let's get here and get her done.
Well, I was out of town today for a little bit for work, and then I thought it was going to be about 8 o'clock. It was about 7:30. So anyways, Cosmic Lounge. If you don't know, Bent Paddle's from Duluth, Minnesota. It's a fantastic beer. Comes in at a 6.3%. So it's pretty easy. I would say it's pretty crushable, especially in the summer.
It's pretty good. It's honestly.
Have you never had this one?
No.
Dude,
it's actually really good.
So
I brought the hazy little thing, and I thought, I'm like, that's a go. Like, I can go to that if I have to. And
yeah, well,
I was thinking about bringing. We were talking. You're like, don't bring some variety pack that you already have. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should bring like the shittiest beers. You know, like let's bring like Red Dog. And some like Colt 45, I mean, it's disgusting stuff. And just to watch me and Chris's faces and stuff, you know, I thought it'd be pretty cool. But I said I'm not going to do that. I thought about bringing protein powders too. Like maybe I should bring like 5 different protein powders and we could sit. But then we'd be sitting and jacking around for 10 minutes mixing up protein powders, trying to tell them, making weird faces. I bought some like white chocolate mint stuff, and it's just terrible. It's awful.
Man, I've never had.
I mean, I'll give it away if you want it. I mean, you can try it.
I'm good probably. I like the gold standard.
All right.
I don't know.
What's the gold standard?
That's just what it's called.
I know. Well, what?
Oh, Optimum.
Pretty good.
Oh, it's just double chocolate.
Nice.
I'm just a solid chocolate guy. Anything that I get that's protein shake related, I think they all taste like ass. But
really, you do?
I think they all they're better than they used to be 10, 12 years ago. But, man, I don't know. They're just disgusting in my mind. I think they're all gross. I chug that so fast. So if I have a protein shake, I shake it up. I'm done. Chug it. Get it out of the way.
Really?
It doesn't, to me, I don't know. It doesn't taste like chocolate milk. It doesn't taste like a milkshake to me.
But, like, you only have to have, like, chocolate. That's it. You've tried other flavors?
I've tried. I can handle vanilla. I did have one that was like Fruity Pebbles, and that was not my cup of tea.
Do you get all your stuff from GNC, or where do you go?
I just go on Amazon and get it now.
Nice.
Okay. But you know, Walmart actually sells Gold Standard, and it's from, I think it's called Optimum Protein or Optimum Nutrition. They've been around for a long time. It's almost anytime I read reviews, it always says it's the best protein on the market, and I always say it's the best bang for your buck because it's literally about $1 or so per shake. So I used to, when I was in college and I was buying it on a budget, I would always say, what can I get the best bang for my buck? And it was that. And it was like, at the time when I bought it, I think it was like 66 cents per shake. I was looking it up, and now it's a little higher.
You're really nickel and diming.
I know. Now it's like $65 for about 66 servings. So you're talking like $1 a shake. It's still better than most.
Right.
So I bought some other ones that were like $3. I'm like, holy shit.
$3 a shake for a protein? A little bit of protein powder?
And then if I'm doing it twice a day, that's like $4 or $5.
I'll give you some of the stuff. I usually just get we've been buying it off of my protein off the computer, and then we get it like, I don't know, she usually finds like 20%, 30% discounts and stuff like that. But
through work?
Huh?
Through work?
I don't know if it's through work. Like, you'll just get like little emails that come in, but it's a good brand. I mean, whatever. Like,
what's the brand again?
My Protein.
My Protein.
Yeah.
Is that the one where they like make it specifically for you?
Not so much. I mean, it's just like any other stuff. Okay. I think they sell it in big bags. Like
sure.
1 pound, like 1 pound, 5 pound, 2 pound kind of stuff.
And
I think I always am cookies and cream. I mean, I don't mind chocolate.
I've tried that one actually. It wasn't bad.
I'm good with cookies and cream. They just changed the recipe a little bit because I know it's different because I can tell. and it's pretty good. But then they have this other one. It's like breakfast. I mean, like cinnamon toast crunch. Oof.
Ooh, yeah, I've seen that. Is that good?
Yeah, I got it sitting right on top of right on my desk at work, wherever, like tucked in underneath, and everybody probably walks by and is like, what the heck's this guy doing? He's got like creatine on his desk and protein powder, and it's like whatever. Like, I don't even care. Like nobody even asks. Nobody even walks up there anyway. So it's like whatever.
Mixologist.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm up there like funneling stuff in. Yeah.
Funnel.
It's pretty neat.
You got the blender bottle, I assume.
No, I'm like up there. No.
Well,
I
yeah,
just
like
like I'll just drink my coffee, my Orca thing. Like this stuff mixes perfect. Like you just dump it right in. I just take my coffee cup and like swirl it around and take a drink and just like swirl it around a couple times, and it's like it stays mixed.
That must be pretty fine stuff.
It doesn't get like clunky, you know, like when stuff floats up to the top and it feels like you're sucking on mud or something in your teeth.
Gross.
Yeah, it doesn't do that.
Well,
so
that's kind of
why I think some protein, they can be disgusting.
Well, I used to mix it with milk, and it would be a thicker consistency.
Yeah.
And now I just do it with water because it's the most convenient when I'm at the gym. Just put some water in, shake it up, it's good to go.
Right,
but then also milk added like another 100 calories. So if you're trying to cut your calories a little bit of some sort, and I get plenty of milk in my day, so I don't need to have extra 100 calories in my protein shake.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So you're big into that now because you're big into CrossFit, and we're going to get to that in a little bit. But so softball season just started for us. I know it's new to the season right now, and you had your first game, and I wasn't able to attend. So how'd it go?
Steph was there.
I know. She was there. She's like, well, I'm going to go sit with Danielle while they play. She had nothing else to do. So I'm like, perfect. Go sit, because I was at a school event, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too bad. I mean,
it stinks.
It was fun. It was nice to be there. Beautiful day yesterday. I mean,
yeah, it was. It was like, yeah, you guys had like a 70. And did it rain at all? Because it did afterwards.
It sprinkled a little bit after the game. It looked like it was gonna come, but everything held off on that. But I mean, it was fine.
So first game's out of the way. How'd it go?
I mean, we lost. I mean, it is what it is.
How'd you play though? How'd you play?
How'd I play it? Yeah. I don't know. For like first game, I mean, we'll talk about the stuff later. I mean, I was really nervous about the shoulder and that, kind of just throwing the ball. I warmed up with Dave a little bit, and it felt pretty good or whatever. I didn't have much action, actually. I had like 2 hits to me.
Were you at third?
Yeah, I hadn't. Oh, short.
Short? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Andrew played third, so I played short and had one I should have had, and I just didn't think I could see it. I don't know what happened. It just went right by me, and it's like pre-game jitters. You just let it go. I mean, you move on.
Well, first game of the year is rough always.
Yeah. Like I had my first hit, went over the fence, whatever, but it's like it didn't feel great. But it's been 2 years since I had got one over the fence or whatever. I mean, so
your first at bat was a home run?
Yeah, first at bat.
Oh, well, that's not a bad way to start the season
right?
off.
I mean, you remember like 3 years ago. I mean, felt like an animal.
How the shoulder?
I mean, they were giving me wristbands to hit dingers. Remember?
Oh yeah, he had the one pitch tournament.
Yeah, one pitch. But I was getting wristbands, and then it just kind of started going downhill, and that's.
We'll get you back up there. So shoulder felt good.
Yeah, everything felt nice. Got one grounder and threw it to first, and
got him out.
Got her done.
That a boy. Well, that's good. I mean, first game.
We lost. We had new kids. I mean, there's new kids, young team.
To be honest, I don't even know half the people on the team. I just said
you know about half of them. Yeah, we've played with a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of them. I played co-ed with. I mean, we're good ball players. We're just young. Haven't gelled together yet. Haven't bullshitted whatever together yet.
We will. Now we're the veterans on the team.
Yeah, now we're veterans.
In their mid-30s. Yeah. Dang it. So, I mean, what happened was we were trying to get D1 again, which we wanted on Tuesdays, which is always a great night for me. And now they said D3 is on Wednesday, and Andrew's like, oh, do you want a sponsor? I go, so here's the situation. I'll do like a half sponsorship because I doubt I can play. And then if I can play, because you usually couldn't play in 2 different leagues. And now they're letting you play in both D1 and 2 and D3. So
D1s can play on D3 days?
I guess that's that Andrew said that he called. I said, you call the park rec and make sure I can do that because I'm already on a Thursday night team, but I also play on Alaska. So this is a whole mess. But anyways, I'm on a D1-2 team on Thursday nights, but then also the on Alaska team on Thursday night too. So a lot of softball options, and I was kind of mad that I couldn't make it. So this coming week, I think 35 and over starts. How old are you now? You're not 35 yet?
I think I'm 33.
You think? How old do you feel?
I'm younger than that, but...
All right. Dang it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm 33. I was 91, so...
Okay. So...
Right? 91?
Well, you're 4 years younger than me, and I'm 36, so you're about 32, 33. Depends on when your birthday was.
9/1.
9/1, okay.
September, so...
So I think you're going to be 33. Who knows? Who cares? We don't care.
I'm 32.
The only reason I was asking is
I have to ask my mom.
sometimes we're short on guys for 35 and over, so that's why I was
fine.
asking. So yeah, 35 and over starts, and that's a whole different league in itself. But next week I get to come, and I'm so excited. Except for Thursday night, I can't play, but that's okay. You're not on those teams.
Did you see that they got 10 teams, I think, in D1. 10 teams.
They had 10 teams in D1 too.
When I was looking at the brackets, it looked like there's 10 teams in D1 and 10 teams in D2. And then Andrew, I'm assuming Andrew texted. He texted me saying, "Are you able to play Wednesday nights?" And maybe that's just because they got too many teams on Thursday nights, and they needed to move some teams down to Wednesday nights. And nobody probably wants to play Tuesday nights, so they didn't do Tuesday nights. And which is fine. I mean, I don't care, whatever. I mean, I could make any day work. I just have to work around kids' baseball and stuff like that. So.
Are you coaching?
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to help out. I mean, I did T-ball, help coach with that last year, and
what nights is that on then?
I don't know yet.
Oh, that's.
I know they got some info out there. I don't know. Chris Todd's. I know.
Sure.
I talked to Jenna at the gym, and she said that Chris is gonna ended up taking us. I mean, I'm gonna help, but.
So is Baylor and T-ball then still, or is
baseball,
it now?
So yeah, it'd be like first grade. So that he's done with T-ball, and now he's moving on. And I think coaches probably pitch.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
usually.
I remember after T-ball, I was like 5 years old, and then it was like they would do like this little chuck like this in about 7-year-old level, and man, I was just cranking on him because my dad would throw faster than that when I was younger, and I would crank on him, and then they were doing this to us, and I'm just crushing the ball, and I'm like 7 years old. I had a bunch of home runs, and they're like, "What the heck is this kid all about?" And then obviously I didn't make it to the majors, so here I am podcasting.
All right.
Yeah, so you get to coach your son, which that's kind of fun because my dad always coached me when I was younger, and I always loved it because if he was a coach, I knew I was gonna get some decent playing time, but he wasn't gonna play me if I sucked either.
Yeah.
So how you like coaching kids?
I mean, you have to do it, and it's nowadays it seems like you have to. I don't know. I guess when I was younger, it felt like we had at our park and rec in Arcadia, there was a lot of young kids and stuff working in the park and rec, coaching kids, and I don't know. I guess you just aren't seeing that anymore. You're seeing a lot more parents coaching, and like you need to be there, and they're just kids too. So I mean, it just comes down to fundamentals and keeping it fun for them. I mean, it's not like you just can't get upset. There's a time when you can get mad at them. There's times not to get mad at them, but it's like 7-minute clinics or something. Just keep them moving, keep it fun, and they'll stay into it. It's better when they get older. When you first coach T-ball, it's just like, I mean, kids are laying in the sand, or parents. I don't know if parents really want to see their kid at the pitcher's mound, but if your kid's at the pitcher's mound playing in sand, I mean, you better be scared if you're in T-ball, because the next kid that comes up, they could hit a zinger right over the top of the head. And you better hope they're playing in the sand if that happens.
When I was younger, we had a kid picking weeds out in right field.
That's okay.
We were in 6th grade.
Is that Brett Hurley?
No, it was not Brett. Actually, that year, it's someone else. Brett and I were the pitching catcher combo. So when I would pitch, he would catch, and then vice versa. And we were striking people out left and right in 6th grade. And then we had our team photo, and him and a couple other guys, they put their middle fingers down their legs, and we never got our team photo until we asked a couple of years later. They said, we couldn't give those out because some people were making inappropriate gestures, and there's Brett with his middle finger on his leg like this.
How old was this?
6th grade, so
nice.
about 12 years old.
Sweet.
It was hilarious because we're like, what happened to our team photo? We never got one. And my parents have it at home right now, so
now you got it.
Yeah, he's sitting there with his middle finger down on his kneecap like that with a couple other guys, and I was like, what happened here? This one day, my uncle, he was there. He has zero filter.
Yeah.
And he was there watching, and this kid, he ran real slow. And he was running so slow, he yelled from the stands, "Hey, kid, get the goddamn lead out of your ass." And his parents were sitting right by him. Oh my gosh.
Probably didn't turn around either, did they?
I don't know. I was playing.
I guess, right? Yeah.
But man, that's no filter. kid slow. He had lead in his ass. I guess I don't know, but it was funny.
Dad said somebody had to say it. You know,
Someone. That's like something you
I
would
mean,
say.
if a dad says it, I mean, that's the thing nowadays. Like, yeah, if your dad, like, sometimes I can't say if no matter what I say, they just get mad. But I mean, if somebody else says it or another kid says it,
Yeah.
they turn it on. You know, like
Sure.
that's the stuff that they need.
The hardest part about this is finding out which coaching style works for your kid or all kids. Because when I was younger, I loved when a coach yelled at me, because the next thing I wanted to do was, I want to prove you wrong. Sure. And I want to make better on that. I didn't want a coach to sugarcoat anything for me. If I sucked at something, I wanted them to tell me that, because then my next thing was, hey, I'm going to get better at that, and I'm going to show you that I don't suck at that anymore. And there's other kids that would crumble under that and cry and maybe whatever else. Yeah. So I assume you are like that.
What do? I mean, like, a lot of times, like, I'm not going to, like, if there's just a lot of things you got to watch. Like, if you're say, okay, go out there and play catch. So, like, if kids are out there playing catch, and, you know, they're hitting the fence, and then they throw the ball, and the other kid, like, ducks out of the way. I mean, whatever. Like, the ball is going over the head, and it's like, all right, then you just got to, like, step. And, like, some of the kids are excelling at it. I mean, they're throwing the ball,
right.
They're catching it. The other one's catching it. It's like, yeah, good job. But, like, you just can't sit there. You got to go up to them and just, like, let's get them both on a knee or whatever. And it's just, like, get on a knee and just throw like this. And, like, and the other kid, just set your glove down, because like, they can't even catch with their glove anyways. Like, they're dropping their glove. Just take it off, because they're just soft balls, you know. Just like catch it with your hand, like, let it hit you in the hand.
Yep.
Because, like, and eventually it's like, all right, now it's hitting you in your hand, like, that's good, you know. Like, now catch it in your hand, like, try to squeeze it. And then all of a sudden they're doing that, and they're going back and forth, and just, you know, you're developing that hand-eye coordination. I guess I'll do that. I mean, it seemed to help, like, with T-ball and that. It's just those kind of fundamentals. And I think even when you get to, like, first grade level, like, you're probably going to have half the kids playing catch, throwing hard, and other kids trying to catch it.
Yeah.
And you're going to have kids not catching it. And that's kind of what you're going to have to do to help build them up, because,
sure.
You know, team's as strong as the weakest link, right? So, like,
yeah.
And that's the whole thing, and it's just getting the other kids to cheer each other on and things like that. Keep it fun.
What's one of the things, like, when you do it, it seems like it works well, like, at a practice? Is there, like, one drill you do and it seems like it clicks with a lot of kids and it really develops them and stuff of that nature? Because, like, I coach basketball, and one of the things I always am like, one of the drills that we do is a 3-on-2, 2-on-1. That one seems like it always helps kids get into, like, a real game situation without actually being in a game, because of the fact that, like, I try to teach them. Oh, we got a fire truck going by here. If you heard that, that was a fire truck. We are live here. And anyways, I teach them, like, the layup drill, but the layup's like, you're not in a real game situation. So doing it is trying to get their footwork down. But it always seems like whenever I do the 3-on-2, 2-on-1, it's almost like it's a game situation, and I feel like they get more out of it, but it's kind of one of the warm-up things. So I don't know if there's anything like that in baseball that's like, yeah, when we do this, kids, it really clicks with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's anything like game situation.
No, like even just catching the ball.
Right,
Is there something you guys do that helps them catch it? Because a lot of kids are scared of that ball when they see it coming, and they don't realize this glove is going to stop the ball, and it's going to, you're going to catch it.
Right, yeah, and that's like what I kind of was talking about. Like, they hit that hand, they start to catch it. Well, then now it's like they eventually build that. Now let's put our glove on. You know, like, let's put our glove on and hit it, and then, like, squeeze.
Yeah, sure.
Stuff like that. Or it's even, I mean, like, even hitting, just throwing. You just watch a kid on a tee. I mean, I'm big on tees. I love tees. I'm not a guy that's just going to go in and start throwing the ball, because to me, you're just going to develop bad habits that way.
Sure.
You can see a lot when you put a ball on top of a tee and they swing. You can see their feet. It's just getting their feet to line up, or it's just even painting dots in a spot. You know, like, put your feet on the dots. You know? And then they do it every time, because, like, once you build that repetition, like, it just all of a sudden becomes organically natural.
Yeah. Dave likes to use the tee too, even though it's slow pitch softball, ball's still moving. You still have a round ball, a round bat, and you're still trying to hit the ball as hard as you can somewhere. And Dave still uses the tee, and he loves using the tee. He took my bat, actually, because it doesn't have as many cuts on it as I'd probably like. I think I bought a brand new last year. He goes, hey, let me take the tee home, or let me take your bat home, and I'll work on the tee, and I'll kind of open it up more, and I'll just keep swinging it. And so he did that for, like, about a week. So I'm hoping that it's firing now. But he likes to use the tee as well, and I know it gets your fundamentals down of just your swing mechanics, because if you get the mechanics down, like you said, the organic type natural swing comes from that usually.
Right. Yeah, and like a tee, you can set that thing up outside, high, inside. Inside. You can work all those swings. You can like push. If ball's curveball, so you can push the ball. You can practice that stuff. Did a lot of at high school. I loved baseball in high school. I was good at it. I can sit and brag about it. I mean, I love to hit. I mean, I love to play defense, but I mean, I was good at hitting it. There's a quick swing. It's like a little tube that you drop the ball in.
Oh, yeah, the
can't
Joe
see
Mauer
it.
quick swing, right?
Yeah. Amazing machine. Love it. And
Yep.
then like turning it down, and it's even better when you get a person there and they just like, you don't even know when it's coming because like you drop it on the top, you can hear it clinking.
Yeah.
You know when it's gonna come. But if you got somebody standing there dropping it down, it really builds your that quickness and hand-eye coordination. I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, it's really cool. It's a cool thing.
So how's Baylor like in baseball? Is that his favorite sport? Does he have another one that's better? Because I don't think you were helping
I know
with
he's
wrestling
playing soccer
too.
in school at recess and stuff like
No,
that.
okay.
I hound him a little bit. Like we used to play football all the time, because that's what we used to do, sit and play football. I love football. They're just kids. I'm not gonna get it. I mean, this is my first child, so I get fired up a little bit.
That's
like,
good though.
You think this is the way it's gonna be, and then Bowie's coming along, and it's like I'm a lot more laid back. I've been through it.
Yeah.
It's when, I guess the hardest part is Baylor. He's the oldest one, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I can say what I'm doing. I can say what I'm doing, and that's where, coaching is nice. And I don't know, you just see these other kids, and it's tough too, because they're working with kids. We're in a small school, so like I see the older kids and I see the level that they're at. My kids, Baylor's as big as a lot of these kids are.
Right. Yeah.
Hand-eye coordination, fundamentally wise, he's not. He's there. He's not there. It's stuff like that. And there's a lot of things. Yeah. Even like going to the gym and stuff, or doing stuff with kids, doing stuff with your kids. Are they on the tablet all the time? Or are they? Is this a lot of that stuff?
That is true. That is true. And I know you're not the kind of guy that's like, hey, sit on your tablet all day, because I always see you guys are hunting or doing something outdoors, because I see your Snapchats all the time. You guys are out maybe herding cattle or something, or working on your farm and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that kid ain't on no tablet at all. Then he might be every so often. But
you'll be outside working and stuff, and you'll be like, I'll be like, where's Baylor at? Well, whatever. Like, he could be doing something, but he could be in the house, because he's the only one that's going to sneak the TV on. And of course, if I go in there, it's that TV will get snuck on, and that's Bowie's not like Bowie don't watch TV. Like
no?
Baylor, when he was that age, and I don't know if it's just that first child thing, like you kind of just default to that too sometimes.
Sure,
where it's like easy way out kind of thing, but with growing up now he's just tagging along behind, and like we just don't have time to sit and watch. I'll watch it at night. I'll sit up sometime. Like I try not to. I try to go to bed at 8:30 now. I feel like I have better days.
Wow, yeah. That's really early.
9 o'clock, because I got to be up early in the morning and stuff, especially going to go to the gym and that too. And you see it with kids in school. They go to bed at 7:30, like even babies and stuff, like 6:30, go to bed. Baylor school and stuff, 7:30, go to bed. They have 10 times better days at school. You're not getting calls from teachers. We've had problems like that. I'm getting Taylor's in the principal's office, or Baylor stole something that wasn't his, and it's like, like this is little things, Yeah. And then you start, and then it's like, you're going to bed. Like, just go to bed, and you're seeing improvements. I don't know if he's improving or not. I'm sure if there's anybody listening, we'll find out. But I'm not getting any complaints, and I love complaints, because I love talking to the principals and the teachers, because then I get to the down low of what's going on in school. Yeah.
Are you the parent that defends your kid, or are you the parent that?
I don't. I know there's two sides of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, always. I chuckle. Boys, it's like boys do stuff, and it's like, boys are boys. Little kids, little problems. And
that's good, though,
kids, big problems.
There's a lot of kids that their parents back them up, and it does not fare well.
Yeah.
They always have the defense of their parent. I'm like, oh my gosh, if only you were a fly on the wall, you would know the difference. But it is what it is. Everyone's got different parenting styles.
So, like, the funny thing, I was even yesterday, it was pretty funny, because I cook supper.
Your food reviews are hilarious.
Yeah, Em had to work, so like I she started the pork chops in the crock pot and stuff. So I got all that ready. I made the potatoes. I made some gravy and broccoli, and I had a fork in cottage cheese because Bowie likes cottage cheese. So I gave him some cottage cheese, and I'm like, I ain't giving Baylor a new fork for the potatoes. I just shoved the fork in the potatoes, and he freaked out. There's cottage cheese in my potatoes, and he started whining and getting all mutzy, and I'm like,
Mutzy.
yeah,
What does
like
that mean?
crying. He's like,
Okay, that's a
acting
new
like
word.
this fake cry stuff. Is like, boy, you're gonna eat the potatoes, because it's like, if you ain't gonna eat the potatoes, then you're gonna go to bed. I mean, seriously, this is so dumb. I don't have time for this at 6:30 at night after I just cook the food. I got other stuff I gotta do. So if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go to bed. And it was a battle, and I'm like, all right, go to bed. So I washed Boy, because he had a cakey old diaper in there too, so it was battling. Got all that done. Sent Baylor up. Sent them both upstairs. Got Bowie changed upstairs in bed. Baylor, I'm like, you're into bed, crying. And then I was doing something, and all of a sudden I read Bowie a book.
Not a boy.
And then I walked out, and Baylor's gone. I'm like, oh, he must have decided to go downstairs to eat the potatoes. So I get downstairs, and he's I look at him, and he's got potatoes on his face. I'm like, And I walk over, I'm like, oh, you ate your potatoes. And then I look in the big bowl thing where I made the potatoes, and I found potatoes that had gravy mixed in with them. And I looked at him, I said, you think I'm dumb? Like, you just took your potatoes off your plate and put them back in here, and then you wipe potatoes on your plate, on your face. It's like, you're going to bed. Now you go to bed. Because it's like, yeah. It was one of those things. It was really funny. He started crying. I mean, whatever. I'm a Nazi. I'm a bad dad, I guess. So, but
Nazi. I'm a bad dad.
But it was funny. I'm like, good try, you know.
Nice try.
Like, potatoes in the face. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one.
Well, he went all out.
He did, yeah. I mean, I was like laughing going up the stairs. Like, that was a good one, bud. You know, like,
good one, bud. But get your ass to bed.
You think I'm dumb? Yeah,
that's hilarious. Well, yeah, and you know, one of my favorite things is now listening to your food reviews on Snapchat.
I've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, I know you have lately, but what? The first time I heard it was like after a quick chip sandwich or something.
What was that?
I don't know. You were like, "Wow, this is awesome."
Was it a quick chip sandwich, or was it Well, I had the quick trip Doritos.
Yes, that's what it was.
And they weren't good.
No,
it was a bad review, and it was like, these are terrible, like the most disgusting thing. I don't know. Ray Suko would remember.
Oh my gosh,
what I said, 'cause he loved it. I mean,
who?
Ray Suko, a buddy from Arcadia. Okay. He's like, because there was another, or it was the Cheetos actually. It wasn't the Doritos.
Yes, that's what it was. It was
the
Cheetos.
Cheetos,
whatever like, those are.
The most stale. I mean, it was the most stale. Go try them. Go try them. Greatest thing. I don't even know if they're the greatest, but you got to try them. You just got to like eat a Cheeto and eat one of those, and you'll be like, this is terrible.
Styrofoam.
You know? Yeah, I don't know.
With cheese dust on it?
Huh?
Styrofoam with
some
cheese
sort
dust.
of cheese powder, cheese. Yeah, like cheese dust. I mean, it was.
Oh my gosh! Yes, that was the original. That's where it started.
I had to pull over. I had to pull over. And take it. I pulled over. I was driving across the bridge, and I'm like, I gotta try these things. And I opened them up. I was all pumped up, and I took one bite. I'm like, oh my god, you know, like this stuff's terrible. This is terrible. I'm like, I gotta get a Snapchat video. So I'm like eating on these things, and
I'm gonna tag Quick Trip in this episode. And hopefully they change the recipe.
They might.
Maybe they changed it for you.
Who cares? I don't even care. That was bad. I mean, I haven't been happy with Quick Trip lately, and
what?
I
haven't.
A sin. Their food. I mean,
sin around here.
I've actually, not the bash, but I have hit them up the past couple days on the fried chicken. I had the breasts yesterday, and it was good. You know,
I hear those are good.
The broiled chicken breast. It was good. I mean, yeah, it was good. And today I had the thigh. Because I didn't bring, I ate my lunch, but I was still hungry after doing a bunch of stuff, and it was good. I mean, it was fine. I had to go to my rental, do a showing, and Yeah, I was impressed. I was like, I wish the chicken tenders were like this every single time, but it's just a hit or miss. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, what can you expect? It's gas station food still, too.
It's gas station food. It's hard to find employees, and you get new cooks. You might have new cooks coming in and
Probably
whatever.
every week.
I don't have time to sit and talk smack. I will talk smack about the Cheetos, though.
Yeah, this Cheetos, that is bad,
Yeah.
guys. Get that figured out.
They ain't gonna like it. They ain't gonna like us anymore, man.
It's fine. I still go there. I don't care.
They know that too,
Yeah,
right?
they know that. I'm going there either way, but I don't buy the
I'm
Cheetos.
committed. I buy their ons. I mean,
Yeah, see,
yeah,
okay.
I buy their nicotine
There was
pouches
just
so they
one
can do
bad
whatever they want.
experience. But then it turned into more food reviews of like your own.
Oh, yeah.
You were
I
going
mean,
ape shit on some of that
we
stuff.
eat like kings.
Who does the cooking? You or your wife or both? Or you and your girlfriend, you and Emily?
It's
kind of mixture?
No. I take a lot of the pictures. I make it look pretty.
Yes.
I do a lot of the feng shui. And
So you like
she's-
the McDonald's because when you get the McDonald's, you look at their advertisement. Ooh, that looks like a great hamburger, and you get it, it's like smushed.
Yeah.
So you make it look pretty.
I will get the lighting nice, or find a decent like scenic background or something,
Yeah.
you know, like beef or whatever, or cows in the back. It'd be nice when the pasture's nice and green and stuff. But yeah, I'll sit and do that. I can cook. Like I'll
Yeah.
cook. I mean, there's some things I'll do, but if I'm busy a lot. I don't know if I can say I'm busy all the time. I mean, I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. It's not like I'm sitting around like I just don't cook. I'm not the cooker
Yeah, and I
kind of thing. I'll critique. She does. I mean, she cooks awesome meals. Like,
yeah, well, so does Stephanie. And Stephanie was a cook in the military. If anybody was watching episode 1, they would know that. But she cooked in the military. And so last summer, bought a Traeger, bought a Blackstone. And the Blackstone, she makes hibachi on it. Fantastic. Like, I could eat that every single night. If she's like, hey, you want hibachi? I'm like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I'll go buy all the stuff. If you want to make it, I'm cool with that. But I always love the Blackstone, and she does a great job making it. And now she's used the Traeger for making hamburgers, and it's been really good because I like a well-done burger. So when you get off the Traeger, it's a little bit more of a smoker, but we crank it up to like 400, so it makes it more of a grill smoker. And it doesn't look like a well-done burger like I like, and I know you're going to crucify me out there for well-done stuff, but I like well-done meat. And anyways, it tastes fantastic when it comes off of there. I don't know what it is, but we like
Blackstone
both
or
of them.
the Traeger?
The Traeger is where she puts the burgers on now.
Yeah.
And she makes smash burgers every so often, but when we just have we go to the store, buy some hamburger patties, we put them on the Traeger, let them cook for like half hour or cook smoke. And now we just bought these pellets. They're like charcoal, and they're from Jack Daniels. So we're going to see what that tastes like. It was like probably $10 more than the normal pellets you'd put in there, but we thought, hey, let's give it a shot. We've been using it like twice a week, every week now. So we're like, yeah, let's try it and see. Some people had good things to say about it. Some people are like, oh, it's just charcoal is all it is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we'll give it a try.
I like charcoal.
Yeah, right.
The Blackstone, I think, is good for like anything you fry in the house, or like you're cooking stir fryer. Like that stuff is great on the Blackstone. I don't burgers are. I mean, it's fine. It's good. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I'll eat it. I mean, I'll eat anything. I mean, I'm a savage when I go to home. I probably pound like 3,000 calories a day.
Oh, smokes! That's a lot.
I don't know if it's 3. It's a lot.
You're an Olympic athlete, though.
No.
No, I'm not.
No, but I eat a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like 4 meals a day, but
What?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! That's a lot.
it
I'm,
is.
like, lucky if I
and
get
that's
2.
I mean, you count that and snacks. I don't know. There's
man,
I don't
yeah.
under total. I don't count calories. It's
Yeah.
like I'll eat 4 meals, and I'll have like cashews or bananas
sure,
and 3
sure.
oranges and yeah.
Well, at least they're
a
healthy
lot of
things.
different stuff.
At least you're healthy. But you're out doing a lot. You're going. You're like,
Yeah.
You come home, you're farming pretty much when you come home a little bit. So it's not like you're coming home and sitting on your ass and watching TV all
So you
night.
guys cook more on the Blackstone or the Traeger?
I would say it's 50-50. I
So what do
always
you
say
what do you like on the Blackstone?
I like the hibachi
Yeah.
and smash burgers. And we haven't had breakfast yet, but I look forward to French toast on that.
On the Blackstone.
Yeah, I think it'll be great. So I always say if I had to choose one, if someone said, hey, you get one or the other, I'm going Blackstone all day because I like more of the type of food that I would have on a Blackstone than I would on a Traeger. However, Stephanie made ribs on the Traeger back during football season. It was great.
On the Traeger.
She smoked them for a few hours, and I think she had like.
Isn't that something? Girls know how to smoke food, don't they?
Well, Stephanie, like I said, she cooked in the military. She knows how
to just
to
take
do
right
things.
off with it, and then you can critique them too. And then they
that's
make
what they
it
love.
even. Then they make it even better.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
There's just like things like I know how to cook. I know how to do all that stuff. I mean, Em can get me the ingredients, or you do great, honey. It's really good.
Yeah,
I'm
Emily,
not
you're
gonna
doing
complain.
great.
But like, I'll like taco salad. Like I love taco salad.
Really?
But I will like dice everything up. I'm like perfect. Like dice everything up perfectly, so or stuff just mixes together perfectly.
Yeah, it's gotta look
And-
good for your video.
And yeah,
Yeah.
feng shui. I mean,
Feng
and then
shui.
people are like, "Oh, you're eating like a king." It's like, yeah, because I'm taking a good picture.
Yeah.
But I didn't. It's, a lot of times I didn't cook it. I mean, it's
Pretty sure you have a new job working for like McDonald's or something, taking beautiful photos.
no.
Okay, never mind then. I guess
But
not.
we probably will do. We could do something like that. You know, like
Make this beer look great. Doctor it up.
you're probably like, gosh, Zach, like say, God damn it, Zach, you delete that. Oh, it's fine.
Nah, it's all good.
not
I
leaving
love your
that on
food
there.
reviews. You get so hyped up over them. It was hilarious. I was like, what is this all about? But it all started off with the Cheetos.
No, if you guys really want to try something, I would try anything with meat, like beef, pork, roasts, venison, meat, probably even like lamb. It's kind of like venison-y. It's got off flavor though. Sometimes it could be the best bite of meat you ever had, or it could be the worst.
Venison?
Lamb.
Oh, lamb.
Lamb,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Lamb is.
It's got like an off flavor, like it's got a gamey flavor. I think
Sure.
sometimes if you get some piece of fat, I don't know. But then sometimes it's like this is the most amazing thing I've ever had, and then the next bite is
Yep.
like
I love venison. Venison jerky is so good.
Western dressing on all that stuff.
Western dressing.
Yeah,
I remember
you
that.
You gotta try it. I don't know. Some people are like, "You crazy? You're ruining me." It's like whatever.
Western dressing. Yeah, you picked up
as soon as you like take a bite of it, and then it's like it waters away down your throat, and then you're chewing on the meat and the pepper and all them flavors. Like,
Yeah.
you're still getting the flavors.
Sure.
Don't tell me that you're not.
Don't tell us that.
But
I don't know what he's talking
Yeah.
about, but yeah, he's talking about flavors of something. Were you talking about the lamb
people are
still?
no, I was talking like beef or any flavor.
Oh,
Like any
gotcha.
flavor of meat. Like if you put Western on it, like oh, you're ruining the meat. It's like no, you're not.
Yeah. Oh, if you put dressing on it?
If we put the Western on
Yeah.
it as like a dipping sauce or
Well,
whatever.
some people, they will crucify you if you put any sauce with a steak.
Yeah.
And
they do. And it's like
lately, Stephanie's been making on the Traeger, and then now that she'll make mushrooms on the stove and put them over top of it, and it's the best.
it is.
Oh, it's way better
Butter.
than ham.
You got butter on there? Butter in the mushrooms?
Oh, I don't. No, she puts wine with it though.
Nice.
She does
Okay.
wine. It's really. Oh man, it's so good. I could eat that all day long.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I'm gonna piss. We'll
Cool.
get into our next portion after this.
How long have you been talking?
35 minutes.
Nice.
I usually go about an hour and a half.
Did you pause it?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't
I'll
even
cut it.
pause it?
Nope.
Oh. Nice.
So you and me, we met, well, a few years ago at softball, and then we got into me selling you a rental property, but you are more than just that. You have another full-time gig. What specifically are you? Because from what I understand, you're an engineer, but I don't know what that all entails.
So I'm like an automation controls engineer, electrical designer. I do it all, troubleshoot machines and equipment. So like whatever. Basically, kind of like what we do is like, let's say you're putting in a stoplight system on the city streets.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Brand new, nothing's there. So like we're like the people that we're not building the stoplights, where someone else comes in, puts all that stuff together.
Sure.
We'll provide like information on like, let's just say the light is a sense, the lights, whatever. The lights are up there. We know how many outputs there are, like them are outputs. The lights turn on and off. There's motion sensors. So like we might provide model numbers of the types of motion sensors that need to be used. Like they need to cover this range and this height. So like you need to be able to see not a pedestrian, but a motorcycle sitting on the line or whatever.
Right.
Or else we provide the things like the buttons that tell us that there's a pedestrian that needs to cross the street. So like all that stuff's into it. We got to look at all that stuff, and basically we have to figure out, like, we program these controllers, and all this wires and stuff, information comes back to a PLC as IO. So then we take that from scratch, and then we do this. If this happens, or if in this scenario we want it to do this scenario. If the city cop is coming and he needs, or ambulance is coming through, they hit a button in their vehicle, this is what the lights have to do. We're the ones that like make that happen.
Okay.
So like we program all that.
Sounds good.
And
And did you go to school for that then?
Yeah. I mean, I did a 2-year program at Western Tech in La Crosse. It was electrical and computer engineering. I had one course in this PLC kind of stuff.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't think I want to go to a 4-year for this computer or theory-based electrical. I want to do this, like the hands-on troubleshooting kind of stuff. And
Sure.
I did electromechanical at Western and got another 2 degree in 3 years. I got 2 degrees in 3 years, and then went to Pilgrim's Golden Pump in Arcadia as an automation technician.
Okay.
Just troubleshooting the equipment that's already been installed.
Sure.
So like that's what I did. I love the thrill of having a whole entire plant down and only one person's there to get it up and running.
And that's
So
you.
like everything's on you to get it going. Like if it's nothing mechanical, it kind of is mechanical, or it's some sort of failure, like they're relying on you to find what this glitch is or whatever that's going on that they can't figure out.
So you're the
So like when
superhero.
you're talking like thousands of dollars a minute, I love that thrill.
Yeah, you're like, yes, it's true, because every minute counts for that.
Yeah.
Size of a corporation.
And
for
the
sure.
thing is, like, yeah, I mean, that's you look at like it's an important thing too. Like, it's not like you're sloughing off. Like it's a high intensity kind of thing. Like you got to be quick, and there's people there, you know, like these people want to go home too. So like you can't just sit and lollygag or whatever. I mean, they want to go home because like every minute you're down, like even though you're down for 2 minutes, that's 5 minutes of birds on a line that are getting, you know, like a golden plum that's scalded and they're condemned and it goes in the garbage. But then now you got birds coming out of a chiller kind of thing too, and then they're waiting an extra 30 minutes because then birds take 30 minutes to get chilled, so that's how much time you lose on stuff like that. But that's a whole separate thing. But yeah, so like we program, that's kind of what we do, and we design a lot of the electrical panels. So all the components that turn this stuff on and off, we design that and give that to the electricians. We build the panels, and then ship that stuff out, and then electricians on site wire up the lights to the panels.
Okay.
Make all that stuff work. So
how does so if something goes down, how does it go down? Like does something break, or just something gets worn out?
We're on like conveyors. Like we do. That's just an example. We do a lot of stuff for I do a lot of stuff for SCADA, like city SCADA, water reservoirs, booster stations, wastewater plants.
Okay.
So like the SCADA is like the whole front end stuff, like, and what an operator sees. So like they see a screen of like all their pumps, all their reservoir levels, and we program the pumps to turn on and off, obviously, but like they can change their set points on this screen and have the pumps turn on at this point and turn off at this point. And let's just say that all of a sudden they get a low reservoir level. So like all of a sudden there's a low reservoir level, they're going to get an alarm. And it usually nowadays, like within cities and that, they have a dialer. It'll call it and it'll tell them exactly what the alarm is. And if that doesn't work, they got a backup plan where if that fails, we have we drop an output to a PLC, and that fires a backup dialer. They might not know what the alarm is. They just know that there's a serious alarm going on.
Sure.
So they have that as backup. It'll tell them like, oh, I got a low reservoir level. Well, maybe I got a pump fail. You'll get alarms for that too. But whatever. Let's just say pump failed. There was some glitch. Pump failed. Usually that's because like a motor starter tripped or something, breaker tripped. Is that kind of what you're asking?
Yeah, I was like, how does something just fail out of the blue?
Wear and tear.
Wear and tear.
Yeah, wear and tear. Like a light bulb, like even like city, like if we go back to the city lights, like a light bulb burns out or something like that. Like that could be a thing. Like why you see like lights flashing in like a city intersection. Like a lot of times it could be a sensor failure.
Oh, sure. You mean like when it goes red, blinking red?
Yeah, blinking red, and then the other side's like flashing orange. It could be time of day. A lot of times, like if it's during the day, though, it's probably something failed. So like either a light bulb's failed or a sensor's failed or a pedestrian button failed or whatever. And that's a safety thing. So like that stuff just goes into default and it just starts flashing like that. So like people probably get mad and it's like, that's what's going on.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes they're always like, oh, yeah, lightning and all that, storm.
It could very well be that, too. Yeah, you could have short circuit, like not short circuits, but like surges come through, and this stuff could be running a backup UPS, a power loss, and that's what it's defaulted to do is pulse.
Okay. Now, has there been one that was like so tough that you never figured it out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There's
some doozies?
There's a lot of stuff like that. Like I don't know, like we got pull cord devices that are like along a conveyor and you can like link them together over one wire and daisy chain them and then bring them back to one device. So like I can see full 4 or 5 pull cord devices and get diagnostic data off of them. But then I've had one at the end of a chain just sit and fault out and flash red. And I've been at home and this is down like Tennessee. And it's like, I can't figure this out. And then we end up running like actual hardwire with a different style model, just kind of like a light switch. Yeah. Turn a light switch on and off without all the fancy diagnostic stuff. And that's what we had to do. And here, we couldn't figure it out. But here it ended up being like a VFD. Shielded the VFD cable to the motors on the conveyors.
What's a VFD?
It's a variable speed drive. So like basically what that is like you got a conveyor. There's motor starters. So like when you flip a light switch on, the motor, like your furnace turns on, the fan just runs at full speed. So variable speed drive is you turn that thing on. I can control the speed. I can program like over Ethernet from your phone. You could tell it I want to run at 30 hertz, 50% speed, and it'll run at 50 slow. And then you can ramp it up and down. But like a light switch, the motor starter, that's just on or off. Full speed or no speed. They're not running.
So can you do some diagnostics from home with a computer?
Yeah, I got like remote support, so like I can get into a lot of stuff, and if I get calls for like cities and things like that, I can go on.
Yeah, because you said that you've been down to Tennessee,
cities or
places, like you just said.
Different production plants. They can get us remote access.
That's cool.
For like temporary 8 hours, and I can be. I mean, you're responsible about it. Whatever, it's your job. You can. I can see everything that's going on, and I could turn stuff on and off. Yeah, from right on my desk at home.
Nice.
If I want to.
So if you can't fix it, then what happens?
Usually, if it's something we can't really find online, or usually a lot of I would say 90% of the time we can figure it out remotely. Okay. Where it is, just because
90% of the time,
that's
roughly?
I would say
that's pretty good.
That's just like what we do. I would say like the other 10% is usually like networking, telecom issues, like fiber issues.
Oh, with the internet or something, or
that or Ethernet, or it's a cabling thing.
Oh, sure.
Especially when you're dealing with like communications and stuff like that. Yeah, that's usually what the problem is. Or
so is it like a team of you, or is it just you?
We got like 3 other engineers, but like
But then you also have rentals as well, which, I mean, that's a whole nother gig. That's almost full time sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy doing that then?
The rentals?
Yeah.
That's just like the stuff I was like thinking about. I got a lot. Yeah, I do a lot of different. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm all over the place. It seems like, and it's okay. I am very good at that, I think. And
rentals?
I'm good at finding tenants. I think my problem has been I've actually got 2 vacancies coming up, and it's fine. I should have just been on the ball more of trying to get them filled. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to go broke if I don't film. Like, I'm fine. Yeah. Like, I know how to do this. I've done it. It's just like, you know, I haven't done it for a couple years because I've been good at keeping them filled and having good tenants. And I guess I just went through a couple bad ones lately.
Well, sometimes you're better off taking a pay cut for 1 month or 2 months and finding a good tenant. Because I did that too. I think I ate a month's worth of rent because I wasn't sold on the people I was getting, and then I found one, and they've been with me for like 3+ years now, going on their 4th.
Right.
And they pay on time for the most part with cash. So it was better off sucking wind for 1 month than getting my butt kicked and going to court with someone over a month's worth of rent, and then they probably screwed you at the end anyways, because I know you've had some doozies. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
And we ain't saying no specific names, but they were rough. And that was the one I sold you.
Yeah, and I mean, and a lot of it's just inherited, it was inherited tenants, and I dealt with them, and I got pushed around. I mean, I got pushed around a little bit, and I had to take I had to go through an eviction process and spend some money. I mean, whatever. It was a learning experience, and
what'd you learn?
What I learned?
What'd you learn?
I should have just got rid of this individual right away.
Right away. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I should have. But at that time, I was already getting rid of a couple of other clowns, you know? I mean,
of other clowns.
And the whole thing was, I think, I don't even know if they were in the wrong, but they were just not. It was a whole mess. And I should have just got rid of them both right there, actually. But you're going through a time of COVID. Actually, and that was the whole problem. I think I would have, but we were going through a time of COVID.
Yeah, and you couldn't even do anything.
You couldn't even evict these people. And it would have been, and this person wouldn't have left if I would have tried to go for the other one too. That person wasn't leaving
because you bought that. Assuming we're talking about the same property, you bought that in August. August of 19. Yeah. So COVID hit less than a year later. Yeah, that's right.
I was getting rid of the ones, and it was during COVID because I couldn't evict them. Lawyer wouldn't even. He wouldn't even offer to evict them, even tenants getting punched in the face and stuff. They still wouldn't even evict them.
Wow, that's
because they were scared. Lawyer was scared of me suing them because then I would have gotten sued by the state and all this stuff for trying to evict during time of crisis.
Yeah, crisis. All right.
Yeah. So
crisis.
And like I said, and it's a good thing I didn't do it. It probably is a good thing I didn't do it because the other person wouldn't have left.
Oh, we got live audience watching us.
The other person wouldn't have left.
Yeah. Well, that's the first we've had live audience. I'm surprised they actually just didn't walk in, but I think they noticed that we're
very interesting.
Very interesting. Casting couch could have happened.
Huh? There's kids on here.
No, there's not. I put explicit content on every one of these episodes. So you couldn't even evict these people during that time, which is rough.
I think I would have thinking about it. I had to have the sheriff remove the second one.
Oh my gosh, what a nightmare!
So if I would have tried to do both of these at once, it just would have ended really, really badly. You know?
Yeah.
But rentals, you screen your tenant. You just got to you got to do your due diligence. You screen your tenants.
How do you screen your tenants? What are the key factors you're looking for then?
So
because that is a pain in the butt for any landlord that's out there. It's they could lie and you don't even know. I mean, obviously they're supposed to give you certain things so you can look them up, but what's something you're looking for that's a good tenant compared to, that's a bad one?
I think I'm really good at screening. I'm good at screening. Yeah. So I'll explain. Yeah. A lot of the things I do is I'll get messages, and usually when I put a listing on the Facebook, I'm putting on all my requirements. I lay it out flat out right there. Pets, no pets. Smoking, no smoking.
Yep.
Your credit requirements, positive references, whatever. You're gonna get messages all the time. Can I look at the property? And I got a copy paste initial response. If you please look at all the application requirements and listing description. If you feel you can meet all those requirements, then I'd be more than happy to give you email you an application or give you a showing. weans out 80% of them.
Does it really?
Yeah.
So you write that back to them on a response, whether
Copy
it's
paste. It's like a quick reply.
like on
Gravy.
Facebook and all
Takes
that?
like 5 seconds
Yeah,
to do it.
absolutely.
And it's like I don't waste my time reading people's story or just copy paste, boom, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And so like I get that, and then I'll get replies, and it's like, okay, yeah, we can set up a showing, whatever. But yeah, so like I'll do 5 years previous landlord references.
Okay.
Over better than you gotta have a credit score over 600. 600. Felons, I don't deal with any of that stuff. Depends case by case. Depends on honesty. How long ago it was, what the circumstance, whatever. Like, yeah, I mean, you could deny stuff on that. Smoking, no, I don't allow any smokers in my buildings at all. Like, even if you smoke outside, I don't deal with that shit.
Yep.
You're lying to me.
Was that
already.
triplex that I sold you? Was that your first rental ever?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how many do you have now since? I know you bought
just 2. We had 3. We sold the one the art museum bought. Must have sold a big painting or whatever. Then they bought us out of that.
Oh,
that
yeah,
property.
that one that I sold you over there with, I think it was you, your brother, and another guy.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, I remember that one sold. And then you have the other brick one that I sold you, my dad's old one. So then that's all you have for rentals at the moment.
Right now, yeah.
And then you're also into land though, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, what about land is intriguing, or is it just you like to hunt and you go hunt on it, or is it?
Yeah, we definitely hunt on it. But, we have a bunch of hobbies: morel mushrooms, turkey hunt, deer hunt, all that stuff. I mean,
well, I need some venison jerky from you.
We're pretty naturey people. I mean, when it comes to that, yeah.
You need to give me some venison jerky.
Venison jerky. My dad's good at making that stuff.
I love that stuff. I have students that bring it in every so often.
I'm sure, yeah, if you do beef or anything, I could get you some venison jerky.
What do you normally hunt when you go hunting?
Deer.
Deer,
Yeah.
specific.
Like
anything else?
Deer, turkey.
Deer, turkey.
Yeah.
Do you then obviously you probably eat it, or do you sell any of it off?
Yeah. Don't sell any of it.
No?
Like, I'd give it away. Like, if somebody really wanted like some venison steak, I mean, I could probably shoot a deer and get you hook you up with some venison steak. I mean,
so okay, now I got a question. When it comes to deer hunting, I know you're supposed to have tags, right?
Yeah.
What if you own the land? Same thing.
You gotta have tag.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's a state thing then, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so you can't just go out to your own land and shoot the deer that are on there.
Correct.
I mean, you could. If
You have a
get
choice.
caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
As
have
long
a
as you don't get
choice.
caught.
But yeah, you can't do that.
No, okay. I'm not big into hunting, so I don't really know much about it. I just knew you're supposed to have tags, but then I'm like, well, you own the land; it's your property, so do you have to? And then it's a state thing, I guess.
Yep.
So then so another question that I have, because I don't know anything about hunting, can you go and get tags in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and then you can just get?
Yeah, so like then basically I'm just buying a non-resident tag. So like most residents are paying like $35 for a tag, and then they go
sure.
If I went to Minnesota like to go turkey hunting, I don't know, I'm probably spending I don't know, let's just say it's like $60.
Yep.
$60 for a non-resident tag. Or if I'm gonna go pheasant hunting, I do a lot of pheasant hunting out in Minnesota. I love hunting southwest Minnesota.
Yeah, you were just there
Worthington
last
area.
year, weren't you?
Yep.
I remember.
M's from there. M's family's from there and stuff. So
where's that?
Worthington?
Oh yeah, Worthington. You did tell me that because you and Baylor were like hunting, and
Yeah,
then all of a sudden you
pheasant
came
hunting.
back. I'm like, well, that was a quick trip. How the
Yeah,
heck
it's
did
like
you get
3
there?
hours. Yeah. So like pheasant hunting opens at 9 a.m. any time of the year. So like not any time, but like during the season.
Okay.
I got 3 hours. So like if we leave at 5:30, we can be there by 9 and shoot 3 birds. And we could shoot 3 birds in 30 minutes and be home by 1 or noon.
Jeez, yeah, that's quick. How much does a tag cost for like a deer?
So like if you're gonna go out there shoot pheasants, a small game license I think is $100 for a non-resident.
Okay,
If you're like a resident, it's probably
the
20.
state?
If you're a resident of the state, you're probably $20.
Oh wow, that's
But
cheap.
non-residents probably 100.
How many can you get per year?
So like at the beginning of the season, you shoot 2 per day, and I think December 1st in Minnesota, then it goes to 3 birds per day, and then you can have, I think, two limits
Okay.
in your freezer, but it's just like fishing, you know, like there's probably people out there, come check me.
Yeah,
I don't have 80,000 bluegills sitting in my freezer right now, but I'm sure there's people that are, and they're probably just giving them away to neighbors and stuff. I don't know. My grandpa used to probably do it, but he's dead now, so it is what it is, right?
Come get them, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you're supposed to have a license for fishing too, aren't
Yep.
you? Yeah.
Yep. Just like any other Wisconsin, Minnesota, you just have to have a license for the state you live in.
Okay.
And then if you're going to like Minnesota Lake, then you gotta have a Minnesota license.
Nice.
But if you're fishing the river, it's boundary water.
So with the land that you have, you just have the one parcel, like the one giant one that you told me about?
Yeah, I think this new one that we bought it last year May, and it's like 100 and I don't know. Alex can correct me. It's probably like 120
Is this
acres.
you, your
It's a
dad,
big rock
and-
quarry. No, me, Alex, and two of our school buddies bought this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you use it for? Just
Been
anything
looking at it's a rock. It's got like a 9-acre rock quarry. Basically, what we're doing is like we're doing recreational hunting development on these properties. We Alex is an expert at this stuff. He's really good. Bring the dozer in. Knows how to set up the food plots where they need to be. So like we'll clear certain areas of the woods out to put these plots in to help bring deer in and habitat and things like that. And we plant that. We build ponds, a trail system throughout the property.
Could you charge someone to come hunt on your land?
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Do you?
No, we've kind of explored the option or whatever, but we use it for our own feng shui.
Yeah, your own personal use.
Yeah, our own little recreation. And I mean, we like to shoot big deer, so I mean, yeah, we shoot big deer. I mean, we don't. Yeah, we're letting deer go. We're waiting for these big ones to grow up and get mature, and then we shoot them. I mean, it's fun, and it's fun to bring the kids up there. Like Baylor, I mean, we went up there this last summer, or not summer. We went up there this fall during the opening, like 2 weeks into bow season, and we sat in the box blind just for shits and gigs, and I had 11 different bucks come out in the field. There was like 4 bucks sparring with each other out there, and Baylor was freaking out like, this is awesome. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This is not a normal day here, We got like 3 bucks right in front of the blind. There's a 10 pointer and another 11 pointer or whatever sparring in the background. It's pretty cool, and it's like a little field in the middle of the woods, so it's pretty serene. Yeah.
Okay, so then my next question, because you just brought up bow hunting. So there's seasons, right, of bow hunting, then gun hunting, I'm assuming, and then you can buy tags for all of those?
Yep, separate tags for each season. Correct.
Do you do both?
Yeah, I do both. I get into bow hunting. Like I'm bow hunter.
You like bows better?
It's gun hunting's easy. Like anybody can walk out there and shoot 160 or 150, 160. And like if you see one, you got to see it first too. I understand, but anybody can shoot a deer at 100 yards with a freaking rifle. I'm sorry, that's standing there. I mean, there's no skill to that, but like, I mean, if you can shoot a deer with a gun and you get it to come within 10, 20 yards, like, that's a little bit of a thrill, you fooled the deer, like they didn't smell you or whatever. Like that's the whole thing with bow hunting. Like you got to get close, and all those variables come into play, wind and thermals and all that kind of cool stuff.
There's some people I think out there that maybe they'd have a tough time shooting a deer. No problem with you?
What's that?
They would have a tough time killing something that is defenseless, I guess. Are you like, you grew up with this, you just know how to do that, that's just your thing? Or did it take a while to get over something like that?
I'm not the person that's like going out. Can we take a step back quick? So like, I'm not bashing people for gun hunting. There is that is not what I'm getting at. There is like different cultures or people's different heritages for this stuff. You can call me a bone hunter. I love the meat. I love hunting for meat. I have no problem with that. I mean, gun hunt, that's the whole thing too. Like, I should step back because that's the whole thing nowadays too. Like, yeah, we do sit here and horn hunt a little bit, but we need to value, like, there's a value to the hunting. Like, it's that culture. It's not just the deer. It's being with your friends, being with your family kind of thing.
Right, yep.
Like that's the fun part. That's what we valued as like kids and stuff. Like it was it's more going to the cabin. Like we used to go to a cabin and hang out with like, yeah, my dad had friends like as kids, and then we hung out with all those kids. Like that's what we enjoyed, and you're seeing that stuff going away nowadays.
Yeah,
And
well, not everyone's into that either, because you got people that are like, "Oh, don't kill animals" and all that. And the people really got to realize, hey, like, you know, meat comes from somewhere, folks. It doesn't just come from the mystery meat man. It's comes from a cow, or it comes from a deer, or whatever it might be.
Right.
So that was my next question. Like when you first started hunting, was it tough to shoot something, or you just grew up with it, so it was natural? Because I know there's people that would be out there saying,
it's definitely not natural. I mean, you shoot your first deer. I don't know. Like nowadays too, like kids can shoot deer when they're younger, and I guess I wasn't as young, like 7, 8, 9 years old. I didn't shoot anything until I was like 12.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if they're at that emotional level yet where they can, if they understand like what they're doing. I don't know.
Right.
Because
yeah.
I'm not at that age to know if, I mean, you see videos and stuff like kids shooting a deer and they're like shaking and they're all, it's like that kid's having fun right now. Like there's just a lot of emotion into it. Like on your first one, Baylor hasn't shot, like I haven't taken him out deer hunting. Like I've taken him out deer hunting, but like not for him to shoot his own yet, to see if he has that emotion.
Sure.
I don't know if maybe kids do get that emotion at this age. I don't know.
I've never shot a deer, so I wouldn't know. The only thing I know about deer is they piss me off because they hit my car. So that makes me mad, and I want to eat it too.
Throw it in the back of your truck.
What's that?
Throw it in the back of your truck after you hit it. That's what I do.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean,
Really?
yeah.
I thought you're supposed to call the police and all
You can
that.
just call Brett. He'll give you a tag.
Call
Serious.
him up,
M's like dinged a deer in the rib.
So could you do that? You could hit a deer and be like, "Hey, I'll buy a tag here."
You don't have to buy a tag. They'll give you a. They usually if you call it in or whatever, they'll give you the It's like a whatever. It's some sort of tag.
Sure.
For after you hit them, and you can load it up in your truck and take it home with you, or call the process. Maybe you can call the processor and drop it off at the processor, and they'll do it all for you.
Yeah, well,
and then you spend $100.
And did you have to buy a gun?
I mean, you might have. Depends how hard you hit it. You know.
Yeah.
If you just barely hit it and it's paralyzed or something, then you might as well just take it. I mean, it might be under a little stress, and just depends. You know.
Does the meat get bad if they're under stress or something?
Well, that's the whole thing. Like farming and stuff. Like we kill when we on our we farm too. So,
we know your food reviews.
So like we got pigs and cows and stuff. We don't take anything to the any USDA processing facility or whatever. We don't haul them anywhere. That's just the way we are. That's just the way I do things. I've read things online and stuff, and I don't want to put my animals under stress. And
sure.
Like I feel for these animals, and I do care about them. I care about deer, and I'm going to eat it. And that's just, I'm harvesting, and that's the whole thing. When we harvest animals, we're not killing to kill. We're gonna eat these animals,
right? Yes.
You know, and that's the whole thing about it. Like if people get upset and stuff, like they may be looking at it from a different perspective. Like, I'm eating this. We're doing this to eat. You know,
right?
Kind of thing. That's, I mean, it's the horns, whatever. But we're gonna eat it. And that's what you have to look at it that way too. I mean, it's an emotional thing shooting your first animal.
I bet.
Whether it's a fawn or doe, I didn't shoot doe. I couldn't even shoot a doe for probably 7-8 years.
Do you remember your first kill?
Yeah, it was a little buck fawn. I was shaking.
How old were you?
12. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it. And I'm not gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm not gonna shoot it. And I had the 270. And I was with my dad and then finally it was like crack of the last minute. He's like, if you're going to shoot it, you better shoot it now because you got 30 seconds. All right, I'm going to shoot it. And then boom. And I shot it. And it was just like, it's done. You know, just.
And you got it out of the way basically. Rip the Band-Aid off.
You're just sitting there. You're just sitting there shaking or whatever. And
were you shaking because you were excited? Or because you killed something?
It's so much emotion. It's so much emotion. Like you're sad, happy, and.
See, this is another perspective I've never even thought about.
Yeah.
Like, you're excited, you're maybe sad, you're like, oh my gosh, I just did something that usually adults do. And you were 12 years old, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, if you, I think the biggest adrenaline rush is like turkey hunting.
Really?
So yeah, when
Turkey
if you want to
hunting,
talk
okay.
like shaking and stuff, I mean, your first time kind of going, I mean, it's just a bird.
Yeah.
Whatever. And you're calling and and they're like 40
Yes.
yards away from you and it's loud. And it's like, they're right there, but they can see everything. So like you're trying to hold as still as you can. And you're just sitting there like, it's just that adrenaline rush, man. And then when it all just comes together and you shoot, it's just like, it's just an awesome.
So they're harder to shoot than I assume?
They're just they're smart. I mean, they got good eyesight in that.
Okay.
I mean, you just got to stay still and not move around. Because, like, if they see something that ain't right, I mean, yeah, they're gone. Just like deer.
Yep.
I mean, deer's the same way. But
Well, yeah. So now transitioning to another hobby that you've just recently gotten into, it seems, CrossFit.
yeah.
I mean, you have a lot of different things we've already gone over. You're a food reviewer. You're a coach for youth. You are a hobby farmer. You are an engineer. You're into real estate. And now you have CrossFit that you love doing, it seems like. How'd you get caught up into that?
How?
Yeah. What you saw it online? You met some people? What got you going? Because I've tried CrossFit one time. It was okay. I wasn't a fan of it that much. That's just not what I like to do. But there's a
What made you not a fan of it? What part about it? Did you go by yourself?
I think it was just no, I went with an ex-girlfriend when I was living in Atlanta,
Okay.
Georgia. It was just like go, and my back was like hurting. I'm like, man, this kind of sucks. And I was just going hard. I mean, it's probably good for me, but I kind of like to have that pause in between, and I'm like getting a good pump. But I know you guys are getting a good pump too. So I don't know. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. I felt like everything felt mechanically wrong when I was doing it because I felt like I was doing it without any good form.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
Was anybody like so like what was your experience with like the coaches and stuff?
Well,
Did you just go like one time or did you go like
Just one time.
Just one time?
One time,
Okay.
my ex-girlfriend was telling me, "Hey, my sister does this. I want to go try it. You should come with me. You're already into working out." I'm like, "Yep, sounds good. I'll come do it." And I was like, everything felt like I don't remember anybody coaching me. I just remember I got it done. I did it pretty decent, but I wasn't like, that was exciting when I got done. I was like, that kind of
So
sucked.
how was like walking into the gym? Like, what was your experience?
It looked like a jungle gym. It looked like a jungle gym.
Yeah,
I'm just a lot
but,
of
like,
toys to play
What
with.
about the people?
Oh,
like you walked in there like
they were nice. Absolutely. Everyone was nice, per usual. I never had a bad experience at a gym yet that I can remember, whether it was a YMCA, an LA Fitness, or CrossFit. I don't ever remember having a bad experience. But again, I go in there and I'm like, I'm a friendly kind of guy. I don't go in there looking like, I'm high and mighty. I come in there, I'm like, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? We're all here for the same purpose.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The atmosphere was fine. I just felt like I was just all over the place, and I was very tired when I was done, which is good.
Did anybody help you then, or like not, or was this like a mood workout and then like
I think it was like
you're
a-
done and then you leave?
Yeah,
Was it like
I
that?
think it was that one.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be
It
kind
was
of like
one
that
time,
your
and
first
it
time
was
too.
like 12 years ago.
Right.
So I'm trying to remember it.
I suppose, yeah. I don't know how long ago. Yeah, but
So when did you get into it? It's
So-
been like within like the last 2 years or so, I would say.
well, it's only been like 8 months. So
Oh, okay, even
yeah.
less.
So like I've been hounded on joining the gym for I went to one workout probably 3 years ago. It's probably been 3-4 years ago. I decided. Oh, it probably is like 4 or 5. I mean, it's been. I was living
Pre-COVID or post-COVID?
I was living in Winona at the time. Casey and Alex tried to get me to go, and it's like, fine, I'll go one day here or whatever. I mean, it was fine. I mean,
This is like 4 or 5 years
I
ago.
just didn't go.
Some-
I just didn't go. I didn't feel like I needed to go. And of course, yeah, my brother and his wife, Case, own the gym. They're part owners of the gym. McLean's, Remlingers, I think they're both a part of that as well. But
What's the name of it?
CrossFit Warriorism.
Okay. Do you know what the name comes from?
I don't know any history behind that stuff right
no
now.
idea.
No.
That's right.
So yeah, they were hounding on me for like years, like not years, but like at least the last 3-4 years. Like, yeah, you got to come to the gym. Come to the gym. I don't need to come to the gym. Like
You're a stud. I'm already a
like
stud.
whatever, you know, like I'm on the top of my game and stuff. And really what it came down to is I was playing softball, not last year. Last year's included, but it was at the year before. So what would that be, like 2022?
Yeah. Yep.
End of the season 2022. I did something where I pushed on something, dinged up my shoulder, and then I was like throwing a softball, you know, probably from third base to first, and messed up my shoulder again. And the pain that I had when I was in high school, my sophomore year, it actually would have been like the pain I've been having, sophomore year. That's why I quit wrestling, because I got 2 labrum tears. I got a labrum tears in both my shoulders.
Oh, wow.
I never had surgery for it. So
You just trying to heal naturally, huh?
I didn't want to miss baseball. So like
Yeah, sure.
I didn't want surgery, so all I did was PT throughout high school, and I didn't wrestle my senior year. They had a really good wrestling team. I wasn't that good.
Okay.
I mean, I was like average, but I power lifted instead. So like I did powerlifting in high school.
Oh, you did?
My senior year, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I power lifted, and then
So this is kind of up your alley a little bit. I mean, it's not, it's not your
the
Olympic lifting.
lifting part. I mean, the lifting part is. I mean, we grew up lifting since we were in like the 6th grade.
Okay.
So me and Alex, like not even Alex, like all of the kids in my class, like we were lifting hardcore, throughout end of middle school into high school and that.
Sure.
So,
sure.
but so like I had those shoulder issues, and I waited it out that summer, went out last year in the spring, threw a ball to first base, and I was in pain, like
Damn.
7 or 8, and then I'd play Thursday nights or wherever in the outfield.
Yeah.
Like you guys had me in the outfield, probably the worst place to have me, but I mean I'll play whatever, and like I'd try to gun one in, and then my arm was shot the rest of the game and that. So then and that was, that's starting in May. It's like I need to do something here, because either I need to quit, I'm gonna have to quit playing softball, or I'm gonna have
That's
to.
not an option.
And it really wasn't.
Nah,
and it's not only that. It's like it's bow hunting, pulling a bull back.
Oh, sure, that's stressful on your shoulder / back.
Yeah, it's like you got that, and like the farming stuff. I mean, doing that hard work, pounding, posting. It's like I need to do something, and it's just like I have no choice but to go into CrossFit. And I had a little family episode up in Chautauqua, and I think it was like that Monday or Tuesday. You just have to get out of your comfort zone. I mean, when it comes to this stuff, and especially if you want to do anything in life, you get out of your comfort zone and you just do it. And I went to the gym. I didn't care, and like I didn't like whatever. I just go through. You just go through that in life. I mean,
Right. Yep.
You just go.
Well, they always say you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, you have to.
So what? So what are you talking about? Uncomfortable, feeling awkward about what you were doing, or feeling it
like
hurt,
you're not,
it was uncomfortable?
you don't know anybody. Like you go in there, you're a total stranger again. Like
sure.
It's just like softball. You know, like when I started playing softball with you guys, I didn't know anybody in that dugout.
Right. Yeah. But you're the kind of guy.
The only person I knew would have been Jeremy.
Yeah, but you're the kind of guy that can go in and talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Give you a beer.
I
and
try.
you're good. Yeah. No, you're good at it. That's how you and me talk. We just started talking. I
think I
were.
just asked you if you were. Yeah, I think I saw your sign. I'm like, hey, you're a realtor, right? Yeah.
What you said? You go, hey, I want to buy a rental, and I hear that you are the guy that I'm supposed to talk to. That's the expert. And I'm like, yep, that's me. Absolutely. And that's how you and me started talking. And then we started having beers after the game talking, which this is how we do things. This is how we always talk. We just grab a couple beers and just start talking. And that's how we started after a softball game. So when you went into the gym, what got you hooked? What was the, did you see results, or
honestly,
the people that were there?
I wasn't even hooked. Was I hooked? Like, I was going for like 3 days. I signed up for the 3 day a week. I'm like, yeah, let's just do the 3 day a week. Like, let's just do it. And I started like, I was sore.
Oh, I bet you were.
It was
it's
like
a full body workout, isn't it?
It felt like I was in like freshman, sophomore year of high school football all over again, honestly.
Dang.
Like pain. And it was fine. And like now it's not like that anymore.
How many days a week are you going now?
I've actually, I did my first competition.
I saw that.
I kept
on
getting,
Facebook.
I
yeah.
kept getting hounded like to do stuff. Are you gonna do the open? It's like I'm not doing no CrossFit Open, you know.
CrossFit Open.
It's kind of like the prep into the games kind of thing. What or just I know it's to see where you're at, but it's like I need to do I got other goals, you know. Like I want to do a muscle up, you know. Like I haven't been able to do it yet. I really haven't even tried, but. I mean, shit, I'm doing toe to bars now, you know? It's
What's
like
that? What's
out
a
of the
toe to
blue.
bar?
So basically, like, you're just swinging on a bar or whatever. Before, it was like you're doing, like, knee raises, you know, like knees above hips and that.
Sure, yep. Oh, for
And-
like abs?
Yeah,
Yep,
kind of,
okay.
yeah. I
I
mean,
was talking
you're trying to learn that kipping motion. It's like part gymnastics, part strength.
Sure.
I'm not an expert at this stuff, but anyways, then it got to like do the toe, like toes above hips or whatever. But it just kind of like I stopped worrying about the hitting the toes the bar, and it's like just practice the shoulder movement of this kipping thing they want you to do. And I kind of got that down, and all of a sudden, like once you get some of this stuff down, like the whole kipping thing, like it just clicks like that.
Right,
it's like
yeah.
the toes are flying up and hitting I mean, you're going from like hanging vertical and you're kicking your legs up and your toes are hitting the bar. And it's like, this is how you do it. And then almost like your arms are coming up parallel, like, I don't know, parallel, but you're like looking at the bar like this, like you're holding on to skis, you know, and you're way up in the air. It's like, I could almost pull myself up right now, like, and do a bar muscle up or
That's
whatever
pretty
they
sweet.
call it.
Do you feel better now? Like, is your body feeling better,
So,
or
like-
still got some aches and pains? I mean, just with age.
So, yeah, I feel amazing. So, like,
good.
me and Emma have been outside playing soft, and this is the test. So, like, this was really the whole testament to this whole CrossFit thing was try to repair my shoulder and get that better.
Yeah.
So I can do the things I enjoy in life. And I went out. We were playing catch. And I think it was with a heavier ball. It might have been sitting outside in the ring and getting all waterlogged.
Yeah.
And I got nervous because I'm like throwing, like, God, it just feels so heavy. Like, am I getting weaker or something?
Right.
And then I showed up yesterday and I was like about 5 minutes before game started. And I asked Dave, I'm like, let's just throw a ball quick. And I threw him a couple throws and it was light as a feather. And I'm like,
Did you throw that red ball with you?
I didn't throw the red ball.
You didn't
but
throw that one?
I just threw the other one because, like, I need to know where I'm at.
Right. Yes.
So, like, I just kind of tossed it, and it's like, I can zing the damn ball again. You know,
Sure.
like a late, like if I want it, I didn't get enough time to warm up. So, like,
Yeah.
I just got warmed up enough where I could throw it third to first. But I mean, I know I can throw a laser, whatever.
You're
I mean, I
you're
can throw hard.
Loesel the laser, dude.
Yeah, I can throw hard, but it felt good. I wasn't gonna rush into it because you kind of need to see where you're at. And
Right. Yeah.
I
So
don't
you
want to
felt
hurt
good.
nothing yet. It felt pretty good as the first game. I don't care. I mean, it's just
Right,
some
yeah.
shits and gigs too. You know, I mean,
Do you-
whatever.
Now, after you're done, how long's a workout for one? How long? Like, you go from the gym from what time to what time normally?
Usually it's like an hour.
Okay.
And I go to the 5 a.m. class. Usually the 5 or the 6 a.m. classes. That's
Sure.
where the horses work out.
The horses.
Yeah.
Big guys?
Well, I mean, yeah, we got some we got some really good girls and stuff too.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
Yeah.
So girls are into this too.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Hey, if any guys are looking
like
to meet
your
some
first-
chicks, and there you go.
Yeah, definitely, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I first walked into that gym, like, it's not even the first time, it's like the first few wads and stuff, like, you're doing a wad.
What the
and you
heck's
get
a
to-
wad?
It's just like a Metcon. It's just the actual, like, workout of the day, I think is the abbreviation for
Well,
wad.
Nike makes a shoe called a Metcon. What does that?
I
What does
do.
that mean?
That's what I have at the gym is
What,
Metcon
what does
shoes.
Metcon mean?
I think it's just like high pace workout, like high heart
Okay.
rate kind
Sure.
of thing. I mean, the coaches can correct me if I'm wrong or
They will.
comment on the page or whatever.
Okay.
I think
Melcon.
it's high intensity,
Okay.
for, a brief amount of time.
Sure.
Usually like 10, 15 minutes. Sometimes they're 20.
Yeah.
Sometimes they could be a 25-minute wad, just the whole thing. But usually they're doing like 20, like, I would say
a
like 15,
wad.
15, 20 minutes of
Yeah.
strength. And that's like could be your Olympic lifting. It could be pull-ups, practice pull-ups,
Sure.
any of that stuff. Bars and squats, power cleans, snatches, deadlifts, any of that stuff that you like. And then the rest of the other ones, high heart rate Metcons.
Yeah.
And that could be a 20-minute workout,
Wow. So after you blow your wad, what's the recovery like?
Huh? Recovery?
What's your recovery like?
I mean, when you first go and stuff, I mean, it's gonna be rough.
Do you do a sauna or a cold tub or anything like that at all?
No, I mean, I will walk. Like sometimes I'll walk, but I'm always moving. So like you got to get that lactic acid out of you. Best thing I think you can do is just like go again, and you don't have to. Here's the thing with joining CrossFit, like you don't like everybody thinks like you walk. I can't do this stuff. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. Like they'll scale. Like you got coaches there.
Yeah.
That's the thing. The coaches are going to be there for, especially for when you new people come in. Like you're not going to be out there on an island by yourself. You shouldn't be. I mean, it's not right if you are. And they're going to scale the workout so that you're capable of doing it and help you progress. You know, through whatever your goals are.
I feel like that's one of the biggest things is people. They think about going to a gym and then they get there and they're intimidated.
Yeah,
even if it's just the YMCA.
I mean,
but I already know if you look at a CrossFit gym compared to the YMCA, it would look a lot more intimidating, I feel. But most people don't realize that there's people that are in their shoes or very similar to, hey, I've either been here or I am just starting as well. And people like they walk in like, oh, I'm not capable of any of this, like you just said, but really they are. You know, I remember when I first started lifting, it was 2006, I think it was November. I was literally lifting next to the college football team while they're benching 315, and I had 235s on the side, and I'm like, I just got to do it. They're strong, and that's great, but I just got to start somewhere. And I've always been, a person of sports, athletic, but to lift and push a lot of weight, that's a different story. But you can't be intimidated by the person sitting next to you. You can't be comparing yourself to them because they had to start somewhere too, I always say. They had to start somewhere, whether they started a lot earlier than you or a lot later. You got to just push through that. And then, because once you start doing it, it actually comes real fast. Like a half a year, you can be in there pushing a lot of weight, and now all of a sudden you're caught up with everybody else. But you got to get through those first steps, I always think. So I don't know if that's how you felt when you walked in the first day.
No, it's definitely right.
Yeah.
It is. It really is. Like,
and now you probably caught up with all those people.
We were talking about the girls. Like, I walked in there, and
they were kicking your ass, weren't they?
They're freaking laughing you, man. Like, they're laughing you. It's like,
and you're like, I'm an athlete.
Some people walk in there like that. I you don't say nothing. You don't know what you're walking into. But like, you walk in here, it's like you think. You don't even know.
You don't know anything.
Yes. But you can look at them and be like, yeah, okay. And it's like they blow you out of the effing water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty cool. And the people there, I mean, it's just it's not a cult, you know.
No. And I bet you if you ask any of them to help you with something, I bet they would be the first person to say, yeah, let me help you with that. I can do that. I can help you with that. And some people, they're just intimidated by it. But that's, you just got to get past that. I mean, it's literally, it's just like anything. Car show. If you're in cars, you're in part of a culture. If you have a problem, I guarantee any of those would be the first people that want to help you. Same thing with CrossFit or working out in general. They'd be the first people to say, yeah, I'll help you with that. Not a problem. It always is like that. And I'm one of those people, like if a young kid or someone wants a spot, come ask me. I'm more than willing to help you with a spot or whatever it might be, just to push you along because we're all there for the same common interest.
Do you have that a lot at the Y or no?
Every so often I'll have someone come up and say, hey, can you spot me? Not a whole lot of heavy lifters at the YMCA, obviously. But
so like
every so
when
often.
You're there, is there like a lot of people in there and stuff like that? Or is there a lot of people like intimidated and then you don't ever see them again?
Not at the, so I usually, for the most part, I'm there at I'm at 5 o'clock as well. Those people are usually pretty dedicated or they're a lot older and they're just they're there to keep their strength up as an older person and almost maybe talking.
So like you're going at 5 a.m. Are you usually there by yourself?
No, there's actually usually about 10 to 15 people that are sitting there. And that's only.
Are you like bullshitting with them people?
No,
and stuff?
I got to get in and out because I'm like strictly, if I have to sit around and talk to people for the most part, I will be late because how long
are you in the gym?
For 45 minutes and then 20-ish minutes in the sauna and then shower, get to work. That's my thing.
So you need a sauna.
Oh, I love a sauna.
There
It's
has
like
to be
my
a sauna.
That's the big thing. It's like I always tell everyone when I go there, I'm like, this is like the dessert to my workout. It's like the workout sucked. Now here I am in here for like 15, 20 minutes, and I love this because I love heat. I
Yeah.
love heat. Like a cold tub, I watch those people doing the cold tub. I'm like, ugh, that looks so painful right now. But I hear that there's some benefits from it, and then I've also heard that, you can put yourself into shock too.
Go jump in a creek, right?
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Well, there's people that do those cold plunges right in the Mississippi
That's
on
what
Latch
I would
Island.
do. Just go jump in. To me, it's like go jump in a creek. 'Cause
Right.
That's cold all year round.
Unless you're trying to be convenient and have it at your house.
Yeah.
But I love heat. So get me into a hot tub, a sauna, or steam room. One day I did 20 minutes in the steam room, 15 minutes in the sauna, and another 20 in the hot tub, and I felt fantastic. I was a little dehydrated. I had to drink some water, but I felt so good. My muscles were relaxed. I felt good, like I could move. Because as you get older, obviously your muscles tighten up, and I don't exactly do the best recovery on stretching. I'm not the best at that. But that being said, when I go in the sauna, I'm like, this is just so relaxing. The steam room is actually way more relaxing. But I usually don't have time in the morning to sit there for the length that I could do it for, like a half hour. I could sit in the steam room for a half hour.
Yeah.
And a sauna, if I crank it up, if nobody's in there, I'm in there for 12 minutes max. Because if nobody else is in there, I will dump water on all the rocks and I'll just sweat it out. And then I take a credit card, and people know this. I'll take an old credit card or an old hotel key, and I'll scrape my skin, like the exfoliating, and then I'm just drenched in sweat. It's like beating out of my skin. It's nuts. And people don't realize that. I learned it from some kids in college that were on the wrestling team, and all they were trying to do is cut weight. So they were trying to get as much water out of their system as possible so they could make their weight. And I just kept doing it. So anytime I get a hotel key, I stick it in my backpack or my gym bag, and I'll go in there, I'll scrape my skin, and you should just see it just starts beating out of me. And I don't know if it's doing anything. It could just be the placebo effect.
Do you think it's like cool?
No, I don't think it's cool. I just think that I start sweating so much and I get all the toxins out of my body.
Yeah.
Like these toxins come out of my body too. And the thing is, I always tell people, I go, since I've been doing the sauna since about 2006, I can't remember being sick, but maybe a handful of times in the last 18 years. I mean, I don't get strep throat anymore. I don't miss work usually for any sort of illness. Like I might get the drainage in the back of my throat, maybe a little achy flu, but nothing to keep me out of work to the point where I'm in bed. And I think it's because I get all those toxins out of my body 6 days a week because I take Sundays off.
Do you take any like supplements like vitamin C,
I take a multivitamin every morning.
D and multivitamins? Okay.
Yeah, just literally the Chewy multivitamins from Walmart, pre-workout in the morning, and then 2 protein shakes. That's it. That's all I've been doing for the last couple of years now. I used to have supplement after supplement after supplement, but I felt like I was just wasting my money and getting bloated.
Yeah.
And then I try to drink a gallon of water every day.
You should check out the Dr. Merkel multivitamin.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's that? Dr. Merkel? Mercola?
Yeah. Usually I usually buy like, especially when all this COVID stuff came out, instead of all the other precautions, my precautions were we're going to take an old check it out. Podcast radio. It's legit. Check it out. Podcast radio. It's legit. Huh? We're gonna stay on the vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we're at 135, so we're just about done. So you take I take multivitamin. What do you take? Dr. Merkel?
Mercola.
Mercola.
So I've got
What is that?
it's just
It's a brand?
It's just it's just
Okay.
kind of a brand. It's all like
Yep.
plant-based vitamins. I don't know. I'm not an expert at this stuff. I follow a little
Whatever
bit.
makes you feel better.
I mean, I take the liposomal vitamin C tablets. I think that's good, especially like if you're sick. I mean, if I don't take zinc, I mean, I got my own zinc tablets. I think it comes from his website and that. I mean, usually like if I feel like cold coming on or whatever,
Sure.
I'm pounding that stuff.
You get sick much anymore either?
I've had some man colds.
It's a man cold.
Yeah.
So you've been bedridden and your wife was taking care of you?
I'm thinking about hitting up try. When you got a man cold, though, it's a near-death experience.
Is that like what they say? Like, oh, he's just a baby.
They don't understand. Like,
Who's they? The
women.
Oh, gosh.
They
Come on.
don't. I don't think they ever will.
Women, you need to understand the man cold. I don't know what it is, but Zach, what's the man cold?
I mean, strep throat's bad, too. That's like swallowing glass.
That I used to get that once a year when I was younger, and I haven't had that since maybe 2011.
I got it last year.
Dude, really?
And it was like since 2008 or 9.
Yeah, dude.
Since I last had
get
it.
to the
And I
sauna
couldn't-
and scrape your skin.
And I was like sucking it up for like a week. And then I walk in there, I'm like, I'm swallowing glass, man. And you're like,
Oh, man.
yeah, you got some real bad strep throat. I'm like, thank you.
It's been a week. Yeah, no kidding. I got bad strep. It's
It's
been
like,
a week.
it's got to go away sometime. It just never did. But yeah, I mean, I take that stuff. I mean, I got the multivitamins. I'll take them once in a while.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, we got this stuff sitting in front of our faces and that. I'm a firm believer in that. If you want, even like protein powder and all that stuff, like if your goal is to improve your, health and that,
Yeah.
like you got to put it in front of your face every single day.
Sure.
And if it's not that's the thing with like food and stuff. If the chip is the first thing you see when you open the cupboard, you have a problem. It's not a problem. It's fine. I mean, it's I don't know if it's
In
fine,
moderation,
but
yes.
But I mean, like candy and that, like that should not be the first thing you see. The first thing you see, like when you walk into your house, should either be like fruits and like especially like fruit. Like if it's something like candy, like that kind of sweet tooth stuff,
Yep.
it should be your fruits. And like when
Yep.
you open the cupboard, like ours is, I've got my protein, the chips are in the back, and it's like the protein powder's there. I'm sore from working out of the gym. I'm taking the protein powder. I'm pounding the creatine, and like whatever. I'm taking that stuff. And if I need like vitamin D, like you get into the winter months, like you might be lacking on some of that stuff. We had a good winter this year, so we were. I mean, a lot of people were outside a lot of the time, and I didn't feel depressed or anything. I mean, but I'll take it. Like it's like, oh, I'm sitting right here. I mean, whatever. Just take one or take two. Depends on whatever the day is. I mean, whatever. You take it and.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. You get yourself a sauna and a little card.
Yeah, and after you
scrape
said
it.
that, it's
Yeah.
like I don't know. I
don't
got a
know if
lot of
it's-
lumber sitting around too, and I know
Dude,
Alex.
yeah, you should build one.
Alex and Case are big on the saunas and that. And
Do they have one, or do they go somewhere?
There's a place in Winona, I guess that.
Well, there's a place, but like at the YMCA, it's just there after
There's
my
a place
workouts.
down here in Winona,
Downtown, right?
something like that. That's like
It's a lady.
nice
It's-
or
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, I know it's Sean Byer's wife, I believe, runs it. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but yeah, they have all those kinds of things, like salt baths and stuff like that. And I've never done like a salt bath or anything like that, but I swear by the sauna, anybody, I don't know. It could be the placebo effect, as I said. I mean, scraping my skin to have more sweat come out, whether I'm not a doctor.
What do you think? What do you think so like you think people just even like all the supplement, even if it's supplements, it's working out, it's or going to the saunas or going to the Y, what keeps people from doing it? Is it money?
I think it's the uncomfortability of the unknown. Like you said, you're in an uncomfortable area if you're first doing this. If you're someone that's grown up being an athlete, it's not. Then it's probably just commitment. Most people I always find out it's usually they're uncomfortable and that is what it is, or they just don't have the dedication because every little thing will get in their way. They'll say, "Oh, well, I got a hangnail. I can't go today." Like, man,
I think that's anything in life, though, right? Isn't it something though? Like anything, like even look at you trying even to start this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, So the one thing I always think is people, they don't value. I don't think they value working out or being active as much as they should. And the case in point, during COVID, we just talked about this. They talked about, oh, you need to go get this shot, you need to go get that. They never once said, hey, you should go boost your immune system by working out. You should boost your immune system by eating healthier. You should boost your immune system by doing things. They always said, get this shot, do this and do that. They never once said, go out and do things, because it's proven scientifically that if you work out, it boosts your immune system. And same with taking vitamins too. You should have vitamins, but you should also get your vitamins naturally as well.
Yeah.
And I teach health class, and I just don't believe in you need to go do this and this and this, but you don't have to work out. You don't need to get your heart rate going at all. You don't need to do any of that. You just need to get the right shot, get the right this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, you got to. Even staying hydrated, even getting enough water in your system is important. And people don't value that as well because it's not valued anywhere. If you look, the only time it's ever valued is if someone is like probably doing a TikTok trend and they're like, oh, and then you look at them like, oh man, they're on steroids or this is their whole life. But really doing even just 30 to 40 minutes of brisk walking 3 or 4 days a week does the trick too. Not at the high level, but you start adding all that in together and you start creeping up and start slowly gaining progression. Now all of a sudden you're into a full-blown workout.
It's just like getting up and doing something. Like,
yes. The hardest part about my workout is getting my 2 feet on the floor in the morning once my alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Once my 2 feet are up or 2 feet are on the floor, I get up, I'm good. I take my pre-workout, which gives me 300 milligrams of caffeine. I'm there and I'm ready to go. I might be sore. Maybe I've had a couple to drink the night before and I'm fine, but I'll still push through. Nothing will ever keep me really down from working out. Even if I'm sick, don't tell anybody. But even if I'm not feeling the greatest, I will still be there. I won't take it.
Some dedication.
I will not take it. I would rather go to the gym and work than take the day off and be like, probably shouldn't go to the gym because if someone sees me here at the gym and they knew I wasn't at work that day, they're gonna be like, what gives? They're going to be like, oh, wow, he was sick today. How was he at the gym today? I'm like, nah, I'd rather get my workout in and then go to work and not feel the greatest. I'll be fine. But it really is. Once I get done with my workout and I sweat and I get sweat out of the sauna, I will feel at least 50% better than when I woke up if I didn't feel great.
And then you just go to bed earlier, like when you get home or whatever. Like, yeah, because
maybe.
Sleep's good.
I know sleep is, that's one thing I really fail at. My whole problem for me is my diet. I like eating for convenience. As we talked about earlier tonight, I don't like cooking. My wife does all that. I like convenience. If there was some sort of food that was great for you conveniently, besides like just an apple, banana, those kind of things, like if I could have hibachi on the go and it was actually healthy for me and not full of sodium, I would be all for that. But none of that stuff is like that. It's usually bananas and fruits and stuff like, fruits and maybe some vegetables too, but not a full-blown meal. And, you can go walk through McDonald's and get a hamburger for $2 and you're good. And I would rather eat that, but I shouldn't eat that.
Yeah.
It's just, I like convenience.
Sure.
Convenience for me is the whole thing because I don't like making food. I used to make food when I was living in Atlanta for myself, and I was like, this sucks. Every night I'm doing this, and then it takes me like 5 minutes to eat the whole thing, but it takes me like 30 minutes to make the whole thing. I don't like that.
Dude, you should probably maybe just take you got that Traeger, just buy like a 10-pound hamburger and just
meal
put
prep.
the whole thing right on there.
I know.
A tube, and just let it sit, and then just get a chop saw or something. Steph's probably got some of them chop saw the burgers up and then freeze them, and then just take them out the night before, and here's the burger.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I know. I love fresh everything. Like, I will never go home from anywhere with leftovers. I will eat my whole meal. I'm not a big fan of leftovers. Like, leftovers for me is pizza.
I love leftovers.
And some people do, and I hate it. I want it fresh off the grill or fresh off of whatever it is, and I'll eat the whole thing. I'll eat the whole thing. I really don't like leftovers that much.
I don't like microwave food. I won't eat microwave food. I'll either eat it cold, like if it's leftovers the next day, I won't put it in the microwave. It gives it like an off taste. It's kind of disgusting.
Sure. Well, I mean, all you do is like radiating it is all you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just eat whatever. Yeah, eat whatever for.
So the gym that you go to is called what? CrossFit Warrior Risen.
Yeah, Winona.
And you don't know. Yeah, it's in Winona. And you said that they're doing some sort of special coming up. Is that correct?
Yeah. So basically, what you guys need to do, if we got any listeners that are interested.
We have listeners that are interested.
Hopefully, I mean, if you guys are looking to like, join a gym or get out of your comfort zone, I mean, just come. Whether it's we're looking and the gym is willing to give away free month memberships. If you got to share Chris's podcast, Brews and Crews podcast, share it, mention it at the gym, and you get a free month membership at the gym. And
what's that value? Do you know?
I think it's like one person. It's like $120.
So $120 value just to share the podcast and come in and say, "Hey, I shared it on
heard it on Brews and Crews Brews and
Crews podcast, and you get a 1 month membership, and that's worth about $120.
Yeah, $120. Yeah, 1 month.
Wow, that's that's pretty special.
Usually they got classes like Tuesday, Thursdays at 5 a.m. and then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays they're all at 6 a.m. And then I think they got noon classes every single day, and then 4:30, 5:30 every single day except for Fridays. So it's a lot of fun. I mean, if it's your first time going, I would you got a whole month, whatever. Just get in there. Like, go. And they have Saturdays too, 8 a.m. I think Saturdays are honestly if you're looking for like your first time, them are some of the greatest classes you can go to is like on a Saturday morning. I mean, you're going to get a lot of people in the gym. Usually everybody's really excited to see new people. I love seeing new people come into the gym. It's really exciting watching them excel and develop over it. I mean, like there was a chick there doing this. It was pretty cool. I was at the CrossFit competition and she was doing like knees above hips or whatever, and it's like she pretty much can kip. I mean, she can easily do almost toes to bars, and then she was like doing the whole freaking leg kick, or she had the whole the backward motion like solid, and it's like, oh my, like it's fun to watch.
Sure,
it's pretty interesting, and it's nice to see him continuously come back, and like everybody at the gym enjoys that. We have a good atmosphere at 5 a.m. You just gotta kind of, and I know people's schedules and stuff get busy, you know, and 5 a.m. is where the horses are at, but there's a lot of fun people, even at the 4:30 classes. I've been to the 4:30. They're fun. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I don't have time to go to 4:30s. I'm like 5:30 in the morning and I want to get home and I got stuff to do. But I'd love to come to all the classes, and I think I get to see people, on Saturdays, and sit and BS and that kind of stuff. And there's it's a good atmosphere. I would like hit up all the classes, see what fits for you and the people that be there. I mean, they got great coaches there. They're more than willing to help you out. That's why I was kind of asking at the beginning what your experience was with it.
Just a one time, man.
You just got to go. I mean, and usually whatever. And the other stuff like they offer is like your first 3 times are always free too. So.
Well, so here's what you can do. You and a friend can share this podcast, go in and tell them that you shared that. You both get the membership for free. You get to work out with a friend, and if it doesn't pan out, so be it. And if it does, fantastic. But it sounds like, just from what I'm listening to, it sounds like a fun atmosphere for one. 2, you don't have to be uncomfortable, but you might be uncomfortable with your workout, but not with the people there. And I've never had an uncomfortable experience really with working out either. And maybe it's because I've kind of been an athlete all my life like you, and you walk in, you're like, well, this is just a different type of athleticism. And the other people are going to be intimidated, but you're telling us right now, you don't have to be intimidated. Come in. Find the class that's your favorite one. Saturday sounds like a more laid-back one with people that maybe...
Oh, it's still tough.
It's still tough. No, I'm saying the people that are there.
It's just like you're gonna get. There's just a lot of people. A lot of people show up. There's a lot of people in all the classes. It's just you're gonna get different style workouts. It's just good because like it's good to have a lot of people because you got a lot of people to talk to. It's not,
Sure.
you might not run into like you show up to one class and you might have 3.
Yeah.
You know, that sucks. I mean, it
That
might,
wouldn't
'cause,
be
like
that-
it'd be quiet and like, let's say nobody talks to you, like, and you might experience that your first time where, yeah, you're going to walk in and like, yeah, you might not have a lot of people talk to you. I mean, whatever, like you're going to you got to get uncomfortable. I mean, that's just life.
That's
and
exactly it.
you keep coming, you got to open up yourself too. And that's just the thing. I mean,
Well, it sounds like a fantastic thing. 1 month of a free membership. I would take that in a heartbeat.
but they got to share Brews and Cruise podcast.
They do have to
You
share this, and then let them know.
Right.
And I will have to confirm that. And I know the people there too. So it's not like I don't know these people. They can confirm. It sounds like a fantastic idea. Nobody else has given that out, at least so far on the Brews and Cruise
No, and
podcast.
I think, yeah, and they're going to, I don't know what the times are. It's like 4 a.m. to 10 p.m. or something like that. They'll have unlimited access for unlimited members.
Oh, nice. How much does that cost? So it's
you just have to be an unlimited member.
Sure.
So basically, I
sounds
think
cool.
it's like that. Oh, I don't know how many $100 value, but I think it's 1 to 120. I think I'm
Yeah.
full time now. It's because I was on a 3-day a week after, and then I went to the full time. I went full time after I started training for that competition. And then we got another competition coming up in Austin. There's one in June. And that's the funny thing. Like Austin's got a sweet gym. It's
Really? What's it called? I mean, that's where my wife's from.
Hush, yeah.
I'll
That's
look
why I
that
don't know
up.
if you have any friends listening to this podcast, but yeah, they got a really cool gym, and if anybody from Austin's listening to this, I'd go check it out because it's a lot of fun there.
Cool. You been there?
Yeah, that's where
Nice.
it was Festivus, so it was kind of like an intermediate. We like not totally advanced kind of workouts and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's just like to get you that fresher into the whole CrossFit
Sure.
kind of competition kind of thing. I only had one other guy in my division, but at least I wasn't by myself, and it was competitive. So like
Yeah.
I won 2 of the workouts, and he won 2 of the workouts. And if he wasn't there, I don't think it would have been fine, but
It's hard to
was
push.
fine. Yeah, I mean,
hard to
I was.
push yourself against
We had
yourself.
scaled people working, doing the workout, that WOD or whatever, like at the same time. But like he was next to me, and like the last WOD, it was like back and forth. I think we had to do like a 50-calorie row.
Yeah.
So like we're sitting there pulling for 50 calories, and I got off like 3 calories ahead of him, and then it was gosh, I don't even know if I know one of them was like raising a bar above our head. I think it was step ups, like box step ups, and then all of a sudden he's ahead of me by like 6 of them, and then he's doing the plate raises, lifting it up off the ground over your head. And then he dropped it like twice and had to take a break, and I just did it all the way through, and we both finished at the same time. And then we had to do like 30 sit-ups or something like that, and he beat me by like half a sit-up. But it wasn't so much about winning. It was just that competitiveness. It's fun,
Sure. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you'll get that in the gym when you go to your workouts. Like if you go there and give her balls for like 6-7 months, like that's the thing. Like Chris is saying, if you do it for that long, you'll be right there with them.
Yeah. People don't realize how fast your body recovers and starts adapting to it. And all of a sudden you're just there like that. And you're like, whoa, I just started not that long ago.
Just because you're like 30-something years old doesn't mean you can't have the body of like what you were in your 20s. Like,
No, absolutely.
I'm 32.
I think we figured it out.
I
You're
don't
possibly
know yet.
32,
I
going
don't
on
know if
33.
we figured it out, but
We have no idea. Yeah.
it's pretty amazing. And I don't know, just get out of your comfort zone. You can't put a price on your health.
That's true. And you will feel better and your body will be better.
And if your excuse is you got kids, right?
Bring 'em with.
Bring them with.
Yes.
Don't even put them on a tablet. I mean, I take Baylor there. I don't give him no tablet. He can go outside and pick rocks. I mean, I'll have a 7-year-old
Go
out there,
pick rocks.
and I trust him to stick around. And usually, if you can get a few of them, they'll stick around together. They should know their boundary. I mean, you just have to know if your kid knows their boundaries and stuff. Otherwise, sure, give them the tablet and whatever. but the thing is, like, the kids see you working out.
Yeah.
And then when the kids see you working out, then they want to do that. And that's like the things I think is cool, especially like down the road and stuff. Like if I would have had, if this would have been around in high school, I would have totally been
Yeah.
of course. We had bigger, faster, stronger. They came into our high school, and that's what got us into lifting when we were, in school and stuff. But I think if there's Austin's got programs, Red Wings got programs.
There's programs everywhere.
There's CrossFit gyms that are running kids stuff right now, and it's a good opportunity. It's like, get in the gym, support this gym. It's community, and we want to. I think we all want to support the community. Yep. This is Winona. Get in there.
Well, you're totally right about that. If your kid sees you doing it, they're gonna want to do it. My dad used to take me to the Y, and he would be pumping iron and all that, and I'd be out shooting baskets, and it'd be from 8 p.m. I know it's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. 5 to 6 days a week. I'd be out shooting baskets while he's in working out, and I couldn't work out at that time because I wasn't 16. But then once I could, I was in there working out because, I saw my dad in there doing it, so I was doing it. And the same thing's going to happen with Baylor probably too. Yeah. So, anyways, check out CrossFit Warrior Risen. Sounds like a fantastic place. Sounds like they're going to be very generous and do a $120 1-month membership if you share this podcast. And go in and check it out. Go see what the community is about. Try it one time. If it doesn't work out for you, it doesn't work out. If it works out for you, even better, because you're going to have a community of people who are not only in doing the same thing as you're doing, but they're also supporting probably the same causes you're in, and everyone's in the same boat, just trying to make themselves better. Right. I don't think anybody's going into the, what is it called? The fittest games or whatever they call it. There's something on Netflix. It was like the most fit, and it was like all CrossFit. It was crazy. I saw these people working on, I'm like, what are these guys doing? There's like a whole big, like, end of the year competition where all the fittest people are doing it. I can't remember what it's called though. It's on Netflix though. There's like multiple of these, and I was like, wow, these people are doing like all the things you were just talking about in succession. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Synchronized.
It was like, you go do this, and now you're off to this, and then you're off to that, and you're off to that. And once you complete it all, you're done. And I think it was called the fittest in the world, something like that, or the most fit in the world. It was something like that. It's on Netflix if anybody wants to check it out. Just look up.
We'll have to put a link in the description.
Put a link into the stink.
Right. So, is that what it's called?
No. Oh my goodness.
I didn't know if it was a podcast term or whatever.
No, it's not. Something I made up, but now it might be a podcast term.
Hey, I just wanted to say though, this is pretty cool what you're doing. Honestly, this is fun.
The podcast?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. It was really cool coming on. I didn't even drop an F-bomb for you. So you don't have to edit any of that crap out or whatever. I told you I'd keep it under control.
Yeah, you did.
But I think it's really cool, and I think anybody else that wants to get on here and like, I don't know if it's so much promote themselves and help promote Chris, and just do it. Get out of your comfort zone. And get your ass on here and do it.
I always say. I just posted something today. I said,
capitalize on this opportunity to even sit down and bullshit with you. Whatever.
Right, yeah. I said, whether you have a story to tell or something you want to promote, I want to hear from you. Yeah. I don't care if it's, you're not promoting anything. You might you want to have a conversation. Maybe this is just, you're just having a time with your counselor. Right. I might be your counselor for the night, and you can talk about anything you want as long as you're comfortable with it. But I absolutely love doing it. You're like, you've been texting me like, are you pumped to do this? I'm like, dude, anytime I get to do this, I am pumped. Like, we've been going for an hour and about 58 minutes right now. And it seems like we just sat down and started talking that not too long ago. But this is just like, I don't know.
We were 30 minutes into it. I'm like, wow, this really started.
I know.
And this might go 2 hours, and I guess whatever. So
that's fine. But yeah, like when you're like, are you pumped? I'm like, you darn right I'm pumped. Every time I get to do this, I'm excited. So I know this is something I've been passionate about. And I told people before, I'm like, I don't know why I didn't do this earlier. I wish I would have just done this earlier. I always thought about it. I'm like,
that's the same thing with joining the gym. It's like, why didn't I join? I should have done it so long ago.
I might have to come check it out,
I've
dude.
got a yellow hat on, Brett. If you, I know you like look at this stuff at the beginning of the episodes, but I do have it on. I was gonna wear a cowboy hat, but I didn't think you wanted to imagine me with a cowboy hat on, so I put my college stuff on.
I kind of like your sand volleyball vibe.
I know. This is who I am. I just wore exactly who I am today. Like, this is what I.
You're not supposed to try to be anybody else.
Yeah, this is what I do. This is how I look when I walk around. Like, I'll dress up like a flip flop. I'll do whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know me.
I do know you.
Western dressing.
That's where we're going to leave this off.
Poison.
Western dressing. Well, anyways, I want to thank you, Zach, for coming on. This has been so much fun. And for those who are out there watching, check out YouTube. You can see what we're doing literally at that moment, and you can see that neon hat that is standing out like a sore thumb. I love it. And also, if you want to listen, you can check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts. I'm out on all the different forms. But I want to also thank Zach again one more time for coming on and give him a big cheers. It's been awesome. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.